CSU Convocation Center in downtown Cleveland. Good evening and welcome into the Major Indoor Soccer League on Fox Sports Net. Along with Nick Vassos, I'm Al Pulowski. Tonight, the Cleveland Crunch hosts the Harrisburg Heat. And the Heat come into tonight's game a game ahead of Cleveland in the MISL standings. Cleveland like to knot that thing back up like it was last Saturday before Harrisburg won. Nick, first of all, let's talk about the Harrisburg Heat. David Bascom, a player who's having a great year this year. He's always having a great game against the Crunch, it seems.
His speed and his quickness are his greatest asset. He can finish from anywhere on the offensive half. Last year, David Bascom had a tremendous year for Harrisburg, which went to the playoffs. And obviously, Richard Chinapoo and the Heat side hope to continue that success into this game tonight.
And it seems a player that's always stonewalling the Cleveland Crunch is goalkeeper Doug Petritz. Always seems to have a career game and did just that a couple of seasons ago. Set a career high in saves right here at the Combo Center in February. This guy's good.
Yeah, he's very good, Al. He's a stand-up keeper who can cover a lot of the net. He's one of those keepers in the league where you're not going to see a lot of acrobatics from him, but he's very solid in goal. And unfortunately for Cleveland, he's a crunch killer.
And when you move over to the Cleveland Crunch side, a familiar name, the all-time leading scorer in indoor soccer history, Hector Marinero, again is having another fine season. He'll be an all-star at the Gund on February 17th. What more is there to say about this guy?
Well, Al, he's simply the best. He's the only player in MISL history to score 2,000 points. He's also one of only 3 players to be in the 40-40-40 club, which is 40 goals, 40 blocks, and 40 assists. He's doing it again this year. He's second in the MISL in scoring, really getting it done for Cleveland.
One of the new faces on the Cleveland Crunch this year has also become a key player. That's defender Kylie Couch, who's also headed to the All-Star game. Kylie, who led the league in blocks for a while, is now third in the MISL, but still having a solid campaign.
Well, he's really taken to the league very well. As you say, 41 blocks, tied with Chris Moorman on the Heat side. You'll see him here tonight. Kylie's a player who's listed as a rookie, but he has indoor experience, playing 3 seasons in the WISL, and he really has taken to the MISL very well. We'll see him in Cleveland in the All-Star game.
Well, let's take a look now at the keys to a victory tonight for both the Cleveland Crunch and the Harrisburg Heat. Nick, for the Harrisburg Heat, no question what they have to get done.
Well, you know, they got to get good production from Doug Petritz. He's got to make a lot of stops. He's got to cover the net. Also, the Harrisburg Heat have to get an early lead in this contest. Boy, they have fallen behind and they have not been able to recover. Now, for the Cleveland side, they've got to shut down David Bascom, as we talked about, lightning quick on the field and can finish from just about anywhere, and obviously a big game from Hector.
We'll give you the starting goalkeepers when we come back and the kickoff for tonight's game between the Heat and the Crunch right here on Fox Sports Net.
When it's time for a change, you can't stop, lose stop for an expert oil change.
Be good to your car. It's easy to do.
We'll change the oil, change the filter, lube the chassis too. It's time for lube stop, lube stop. The oil change experts, lube stop.
Success is all about education. And Tri-C students are smart. They start new careers, get new job skills, take control. There's not a single hot career we can't get you going on. If you wanted to be a rocket scientist, you could start here. We'll make the money work, your schedule too. Just apply. You get counseling automatically and it's free. We'll figure it all out for you, one-on-one. The more you know, the more you earn, the more you contribute to our community. It's all about education.
Alright, don't need a reason why everything's alright.
Easy boy.
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey, man, how you feeling? Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flag, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Courtney Barfield. Crunch Soccer on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Loop Stop, the Peak at Marymount, First Merit, Domino's, and Cuyahoga Community College. Back here at the Convo Center, along with Nick Vassos, I'm Al Pulowski, getting set for kickoff tonight between the Harrisburg Heat and the Cleveland Crunch. Let's take a look at the starting goalkeepers for tonight's game and see who's going to be in the nets for both sides. First of all, for the Cleveland Crunch, 00 Otto Orff. He's won 3 championships, 94, 96, and 99 with the Crunch, Nick.
There you see his stats right there. He's making his 12th start of the season, nearly 17 years of professional experience, and over those 17 years, he has stopped nearly 7,000 shots over his brilliant career. Otto Orff has been in it a long time and continues to do well.
And in the nets for the Harrisburg Heat, a player we pointed out just a few moments ago, Doug Petrus, who is just always seems to have a great game against the Cleveland Crunch. And Doug Petrus, a guy that can play with his feet or his hands on the outlet.
Yeah, that's really the key. With the over and back rule being taken back, some of the throwers in the league, as we talked about Otto, that really is his strength. But with Petrus, who has the ability to play with his feet, really gives Harrisburg an advantage. And as we talked about earlier, Petrus is a crunch killer. Boy, he's played very well against Cleveland. He's making his 14th start, and it has good points against average, 11.85, and we should see some good stuff from Petrus as he takes on Cleveland.
Head coach Mike Pilger in his first year as a member of the Cleveland Crunch, 6-16, and he's won 2 out of his last 3, and able to talk to Mike over the last few weeks. And Mike says, you know, Al, I think I'm finally starting to get the gist of this indoor game.
He is, and it's going to take some while. Just as a player, when it first comes into the indoor game, has to find themselves. Coach Pilger is finding an identity to this Crunch team and returning them to a winning tradition.
And over on the other side is Richard Chinapoo, a guy who in his playing days used to kill the Crunch as a member of the Baltimore Blast back in the 80s. He played just a couple of years ago, 45 years old. Now he's pretty much just staying on the bench, but a lot of these Heat players like this guy.
Well, they really do. They played for him hard, and Coach Chinapoo has had to shake things up a little bit. He's had to pull off some starters in the last couple of games and put the younger players in there to try to get them some experience. He is the reigning MISL Coach of the Year. He's a good one. Coach Chinapoo, a very emotional coach, maybe a little bit more than the X's and O's side.
Here are the players out tonight for the Harrisburg Heat with injuries. Meshach Wade and Gino DeFlorio. Ian Carter did not dress for the Crunch. Craig Kench is out. Marco Rizzi and Giuliano Oliveira with injuries. Byron Mitchell did not dress. Neither did John Ball. And we're underway at the Convo Center. It's the Heat ball at midfield. This is David Bascom, the Crunch killer, so many times over the past few years. Down to the corner with it. That's Mormon flying in, but Otto out to grab it, and a quick outlet to Chad James. There comes the Berea native. He'll dump it off to Hector at midfield. And Cleveland will reset with the pass back to Otto.
Now the Crunch now resetting their offense, but you saw a quick throw from Otto. That really is his strength to get the break going and the counter the other way.
Now in the corner for Andy Schmetzer, playing just his second game this year as a player for the Cleveland Crunch. Retired at the start of the year, became the technical director. Now the Crunch will get a kick in. And the Cleveland Crunch this year had their troubles against the Harrisburg Heat, as Harrisburg has won 3 out of the 4 this year and 2 out of 3 here in Cleveland. Hector on the restart. Out top for Retta. Partially blocked as it went out of play. We'll do it again, this time from the right corner. Crunch leads the all-time series 22-20, 15-8 here at the Convo, but this year Harrisburg is 3-1. Last game was last Saturday night at the State Farm Show Arena. Cleveland got out to a 2-0 lead, but Harrisburg came back to beat them 11-5. Hector once again leading the league in assists. Wants to try to find James in the box, but he's not there. Now he'll just bang it in front, and the Heat will able to clear it away. That's Wendell Regis. Bill Sedgwick will track it down back in his own end. Pressured by Bascom. Sedgwick now still in the corner with it, just trying to get rid of it. Did, and Red is going to have it. And send it up ahead to Chad James. Past him, though. And former Crunch defender Matt Knowles will tap it back to Doug Petrus. There's a one-touch to midfield, stolen by Nevio Pizzolino. Dribbles down the middle, and footed shot was blocked. Comes to the near boards. Cavello on that block. Sedgwick will head it back in. Now Nevio with a bicycle to Hector in the near corner. Hector going to go to work against Chris Moorman. Now take it out top on the dribble. Tried to set it in, but a nice block by Nicola Cornelli. Another one of the All-Stars this year for the Harrisburg Heat. Comes all the way back to Autumn. They'll reset it once again. No score, a minute 30 gone in the first quarter. As Vasich tries to send it ahead, and his former teammate Lester Felician intercepts at his own yellow line and dumps it back to Petrus.
Now we'll watch Lester Felician. He's one of those electrifying players that really can put some dazzling moves out on the floor, recovering from a knee injury and now just beginning to round into form.
Mike Henning back to Petrus, and over on the far side now the Heat will try and come ahead with Matt Tanzini. He's got a good left foot. Try to get it to Felician, but knocked away by Steve Butcher to Otto. There's the clear to midfield. Tanzini and Vasich will go for it. Tanzini with the header first. Got it over to Mike Fettiger. And now all the way up ahead to Juan Diego at the yellow line double team. Sedgwick and Pizzolino trying to dig it out of there for the Crunch, and Nevio does just that. Nevio, a all-star last year for the Toronto Thunderhawks, now coming over here to Cleveland, having a solid month since he's been back from his hernia surgery.
He really is developing into one of the finer defenders in the MISL.
There's Vasich now. Going to work on the dribble. Sends it in front for Chad. Couldn't get a foot on it. And David Bascom will try and sweep it away. Now just kicks it to midfield. Matt Caution starting in John Ball's place tonight. Will get it. Leave it off for Couch. And now to Vasich near side. Vasich with some moves on the dribble. Centers for Chad. Slide. Nice one by Henning. Broke it up. Cleared it away, but off the arm of Chris Moorman. And that'll be the first foul of the ball game, and it goes against Chris Moorman.
Chris Moorman, 74 blocks last year for the Heat. That destroyed a franchise record of 69.
Vasich or Suarez. It'll be Tema. Left-footed shot right off the wall. Here comes Otto to track it down at midfield, and he won't have any pressure. Kicks it in near corner now for Chad James. And out to Kylie Couch. One of 3 Cleveland All-Stars this year. Now to Hector. Back in for Andy Schmetzer. Trying to one-touch. Just missed it. Rebound's going to come all the way out to the yellow line, and Moorman, he can counter 3-on-3 with Moorman down the middle. Moorman has it broken up by Matt Caution. Nice tackle by the Crunch defender, and he'll send it over to Kylie Couch, and now to Andy Schmetzer.
Great job by Schmetzer back-checking there. Really disrupted the flow of that play.
Andy trying to bend it to Hector. Spinning one time is blocked by Matt Tanzini, and now a whistle. And we have a foul on Hector for trying to get the ball away there.
Now Chris Moorman leading the break right down Main Street, and Andy Schmetzer came in, and a nice job there by the Crunch defender Matt Caution to go down to the log roll to break that one up.
Matt Tanzini with it, going to send it into the Cleveland end. Oh, wide open is Marco Trigiano, but he sent it wide to the left. There's Felician with the double team in the boards by Butcher and Reddup. They'll find Tanzini back in midfield. Now to Cornelli. Cornelli with the long 3. Sedgwick with the block.
He has range from downtown.
Now back to Matt Tanzini, and all the way back to Petrus. No over and back rule anymore in the major indoor soccer leagues. Lugoli can take it on his own side of the yellow line. We'll try far corner now for rookie Jason Webb. Out to Bascom. Bascom with James on him. And just got it back to Nicole and Cornelli. Wants to go corner now for Webb. Trying to spin, but forgot about the ball. Marco Retta takes it and once again clears it away for the Crunch. Cornelli will tap it back to Petrus. Here comes Vasich after him. Just got it away. Retta with the header. Back to the Harrisburg end. It's Nicola Cornelli. His pass ahead. Sedgwick broke it up, and Cleveland will take it. This is Marco Retta. Retta played in just 6 games last year for the Toronto Thunderhawks, but the starter here on the Cleveland Crunch. Now Nevio Pizzolino.
Right now the Crunch setting up their offense, but what we should see throughout most of this game is we should see both teams using their speed, using their youth and their legs to get out in front and counter the opponent. So expect some pretty fast-moving soccer here as the game unfolds.
Great camera shot here. You see what Otto sees on every play. Suarez just wide with the left foot. Butcher going forward in the corner, but Harrisburg able to dig it out momentarily. But then their clear goes out of play by Webb. That'll give Cleveland a restart in the heat end.
Well, we've seen a lot of Doug Petrus so far. We'll see a lot of Hector Marinero in all of the dead ball situations. Right now, this one's spotted on the right wing, and Hector, as we talked about, leading the MISL in assists. He's been more on the giving end than receiving end in past years, really setting up teammates like John Ball. Let's see what he can do here.
37 on the season, far and away the league leader. Sends it in the corner for Suarez. Bench shot just sailed wide. Now into the corner. Trying to dig it out was the Heat, and they got it to Bascom. And it's cleared away by Pete Solito. The midfield where Hector can track it down and dump it to Otto Orff. Otto, the veteran. Going to be unmarked, it looks like, at least early on here tonight. Some of the other teams in the league now have gone with that strategy where in years past they've pressured them, and Otto's been able to beat that and make the other teams play. Now they're just backing off on it. To James in the corner. James tried to center for Andy, gave it right back to Chad. Now Kylie Couch. Back for Andy Schmetzer. Sends it in the corner again for Chad James. Henning marking him. James trying to get it back in front for Schmetzer. Henning broke it up. Now Bascom trying to get out of there. Pete Solito tapped it away. But to Henning, and now back to Petrus. Still no score, 9:10 to go first quarter. Thanks for joining us for Crunch Soccer on Fox Sports Net. Here comes Foreman. There's a three. Nice save by Otto to the boards. Schmetzer trying to dig it out, but Harrisburg, well, they had it for a moment. Hector took it right back, and his pass will take a bounce into the Cleveland bench. One of the unfortunate things, Nick, about the indoor game, no glass in the middle portions of the field, and sometimes clears that aren't really that bad end up out of play.
Yeah, well, if you go to Kansas City, you won't find any glass on the side of the field, so unfortunate. Hector knocked it out of bounds. Restart coming up to Harrisburg.
Knowles in the box where Sedgwick is able to knock it away to midfield. Cornelli over to Felician near side. Lester with Couch on him. Used to play for the Crunch back in 98-99. Now to Petrus, back for Lester. Had a couple of assists on Saturday on the restart against Cleveland. Couch on him tight. Now Matt Knowles overstepped the ball. He's back to get it. He'll kick it back down to Doug Petrus. Here's Mike Finnegar, another rookie for the Harrisburg Heat. Thus far, Cleveland getting a couple more shots than Harrisburg, 4-2, but we're still even on the scoreboard. Now the Crunch win the ball again. It's Matt Caution, St. Louis native, who started out with the ambush, went to the Blizzard last year, came over in the dispersal draft in the offseason. Marco Retta will ship it in the corner for Hector. Hector with the collection made, working against Cornelli. Sends it back now to Matt Caution in the neutral zone. Now over to Hector. Bad for Sedgwick, playing midfield. Put there in place of John Ball a few games ago. Now Will Bennett, nice pass far side to Retta. Trying to get a half volley shot. Sedgwick was in front but couldn't pull the trigger on the shot. James will get the rebound and give it top side to Caution. Now for Hector. Hector leaves it for James. Nice dive and a gobble up by Doug Petrus.
Good anticipation by the keeper, Doug Petrus. That's what he does really well. Not a lot of acrobatic saves, but his anticipatory skills really helping out Harrisburg there.
Down Nick Cornelli against Suarez. Trying to get around him, but here comes James on the help. Cornelli got it back, though, and gives it to Vinny. Marco Trigiano. We were talking about in the pregame, Nick, that 9 different nationalities are represented here between the two squads. So a lot of names, like a Marco Trigiano and now a Juan Diego with it, the far boards.
And they all speak the same language, soccer.
Chris Mormon back to Petrus. So the Crunch defense doing pretty well early on, not really letting Harrisburg get into what they want to do offensively.
Well, both teams kind of taking it easy, Al. Both have a good shape, getting back defensively, really just kind of feeling each other out at the moment. When they see an opportunity, they'll go forward.
Here's a guy that could have been Rookie of the Year last year, save for an injury. Chris Mormon got up to Marco Trigiano, and Retta makes the steal. Pass back, though, goes off a senior official, Ron Corey, and Marco Trigiano gets it back. Now in the corner with it, double team there. They'll get it out to Mormon. Vasich with a nice steal. Pokes it away into the corner. Here comes Webb, and he shoves Retta to the ground and gets whistled for the push. His first personal of the first half. With 6:25 to go in the first quarter, we're going to take a timeout. No score between the Heat and the Crunch on Fox Sports Net.
new Roadrunner High-Speed Online lets the whole family surf the web at the same time.
A treat to the first darling who can sing ta-ra-ra-boom-tie.
You made a noise that way.
How fast? What did you do?
I searched the web with Roadrunner High-Speed Online.
I love it when you play on the web at the same time.
Call 1-888-ROADRUNNER today for special savings on Roadrunner High-Speed Online. Call now.
Sundays on Lifetime. The division hits the streets.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Lifetime's hit series gets better than ever.
Show me the way to a woman's heart. Here. You're in for the fight of your life. How you feeling? Sober.
The Division, a Lifetime Sunday original drama. At 9 Sunday nights on Lifetime.
Time Warner Cable. The very best in TV. Keeps getting better.
Back here at the CSU Convocation Center, no score between the Heats and the Crunch. 6:25 to go first quarter. Boy, some great promos this year, and the next home game is one of them. It's Oven Fresh Pizza Family Nights this Sunday at 2 o'clock. Plenty of time to see the game before the Super Bowl. A 4-pack of lower bowl seats, a large one-topping pizza, 2-liter of Pepsi, and a disposable camera for less than $50. Check it out this Sunday. Crunch with a header. That's Jeff Dice taking his first shift of the night. Actually making Kylie Couch. We'll go with the bleach blonde hair, but Petrus is there and able to gobble it up. Now Harrisburg with it. It's Regis in the far boards. Stolen away. This is Steve Butcher. Now to Kylie Couch. Tried to get it away. Nice tackle by Webb, but no, says Ron Corey. Jason Webb got a little bit too much.
Now the youngster Jason Webb and Juan Diego, a couple of the youngsters on the Heat side that really have played well over the last few games for Richard Chinapoo.
Second personal of the half for Webb. This year, if players accumulate 4 personal fouls in a half, they'll spend 2 minutes in the box. Passage to Marco Retta. Now in the corner for Steve Butcher. Scored a hat trick in his first game as a member of the Crunch a few weeks ago in Milwaukee. Butcher with pressure from Mormon. Centers for Vasich. Nice knock away by Wendell Regis. Toronto will get it easily and give it to Marco Retta. Cleveland will come ahead again. And thus far, a defensive struggle here tonight in the convo. Steve Butcher now in the corner. Back out to Retta.
Harrisburg just staying with their runners. In fact, the Heat are letting Cleveland turn and face the goal.
Passage now with a little opening. He'll shoot, but Mormon got the block. Here's Retta, left footer wide. There's Butcher in front, but couldn't control it, and Doug Petrus has it. And I think he like a new ball from official Robert Heilman tonight. Ron Corey's your senior referee. Robert Heilman, the other official on the field. Jason Kernack in the box. And the Cleveland Crunch trying to make it 3 of 4 victories. They won 2 in a row over the Blast, but lost to this Harrisburg Heat team last Saturday when the Heat snapped a 7-game losing streak. And now the Heat just 1 game in front of Cleveland in the Major Indoor Soccer League standings.
Well, historically, Al, February is a time when Cleveland normally heats up. Their record from February on is over 500 at about 65%.
This is Felician trying to go near side for Mike Fenninger. He'll stump it back now to Cornelli. Pressured by Hector, he's going to have to get it back to Doug Petrus. Now he just cleared it away, came to Sedgwick. Back for Hector in the box, got a shot, just wide. Here comes Sedgwick on the follow, foot save, Doug Petrus. Well, there you have it. Doug Petrus, the Stonewaller, but he's not out of it yet. Here's Sedgwick to Couch. Nice slide by Felician, broke it up. And now Juan Diego will clean up the loose change, but caution with a nice tackle. And the Crunch have it back now at midfield at Sedgwick. Over to James. He'll send it into Hector. Trying to play target and find a cutter, but just gives it to caution, and now out to Kylie Couch. Former 2000 WISL All-League defender with it here again. Trying to get it in the corner, headed away, but Couch with it. And now into Hector. Trying to get a glass pass to Suarez. Fenninger broke it up. Heads on it. Couch got more of it, the right to Doug Petrus. And the Heat goalie's going to try and start a counter to Fenninger. Here comes Orvalto. Nice chip clear to midfield. Suarez will be there to drop it off to Kylie Couch, who is heading on the bench. Retta's on, but too late. Harrisburg got it back. Now it's loose. Look at that spin. Chad James going to go for it and get it near wing. Leaves it off for Suarez, but broken up by Matt Tanzini. Now to Juan Diego. And on the left side of Fenninger, and the Heat will see if they can get a line change. This is Cornelli and David Basco. Now back to Petrus. Defensive struggle early. No score yet. 3:38 to go in the opening quarter. Here's Knowles at the yellow line. One touch back to Petrus.
The Heat slowing things down. Harrisburg, the only team in the MISL to not score double digits. In fact, last week's game against the Crunch, at Farm Show was the first time that they had scored in double digits since December 29th.
Nevio Pizzolino holding Jason Webb, his first personal of the half. Here's Cornelli, tried to send it in, went off with James. Now it's loose in the box, and Pizzolino broke it up to the near boards and will get it himself. Back for Otto, and a one-touch for Suarez goes over his head at midfield. Knowles knocks it away, but Suarez got it back. Going for Vasic in the far corner. Mormon there first. And gives it to Petras. Can't use his hands, though, so has to pop it up. Retta with a nice header over to Butcher. Back for Retta. Got some room on the right side. Retta going to turn and shoot wide. Now Vasic with it. Warren Vasic with David Bascom, a forward on him. In the corner for Suarez. Back out for Vasic. They'll get it out top for Pizzolino. Long three off the glass, and the rebound will come back to the neutral zone. Couch will get it and send it back to his keeper, Otto Orr.
Good job by Cleveland. Lots of possession time here, working around the perimeter to try to create a high percentage shot, and they got a good look at it from Nevio up top.
Warren Vasic into Butcher. Takes the shot, then drops it off to Schmetzer and goes down. David Bascom whistled for the trip. It's his first of the ball game.
David Bascom, as you see Andy Schmetzer there, finished second in MVP
See this one
voting
again.
last year.
Kind of a rough one. Ooh. Andy with that knee injury. I'm sure that did not feel too good.
Andy says his knee's feeling pretty good.
Hector on the restart. He'll shoot it. Blocked by the three-man wall.
It's going to leave a mark. Commissioner's name and Spalding on the thigh right there.
Now Orff will send it back in as Cleveland got a little line change. This is Hector. Spinning left footer, blocked by Knowles. Now Couch. Andy Schmetzer. For James.
Good player in James.
Trying to get it out to Hector, and he sent it in, and Knowles broke it up. His clear will be taken by Kylie Couch. A nice dump back to Matt Caution. Pass for Schmetzer, right to Regis. But Harrisburg, who has Cleveland back in the fence, going to go slow with it. Regis will try to make a little move, but he'll wait for help. Now to Basket. Out top, tries the three, slide. Rebound to Regis. Caution will seal him off. Caution now. Can't use Otto. Has to get it out to James. Pressured by Basco. Trying to get it back for Cautious. Trying to get it out of there now, and he did, but sent it out of play. So Harrisburg will get their kick in from the Cleveland end with a minute 34 to go in a defensive struggle here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it really is. Wendell Regis pinning the defender up against the glass right there. And now Doug Petras shouting instructions to his teammates. Crunch will have the ball in their last third.
Now they're going to say it went off of a heat play. So that's a break for Cleveland as Pizzolino will look for Hector Marinero, and Nicola Cornelli heads it out near side, so a restart from a bit closer in here. Hector again will trigger. He's on pace to set a new season high for assists this year. He's on pace to get 74, his previous career high, 65 back in 96-97. Pizzolino's three is a misfire, but Otto will get the loose change back at his own yellow line.
17 years as a pro, Otto Orr.
And now from our out-of-town scoreboard, the Wave leading Baltimore tonight in Baltimore there, 4-2. It's the only other game tonight in the Major Indoor Soccer League. The Wave in first place by 4.5 games. Looking for their Philadelphia Kicks.
Excuse me, looking for their 20th win tonight. They just keep on rolling.
Doug Petras now, after a foul on Bill Sedgwick. Cleveland got it back. Header, though, comes right to Petras. They toss out to midfield. It's Felician with the chest strap. Looking for Eric Cavello. Retta's on him. Cavello's dump goes right to Butcher. Up ahead for Hector. Harrisburg back on defense, though, is going to try and let Butcher run, but the Heat broke it up. Retta will collect it and find Temoc Suarez. 45 seconds to go in the scoreless first quarter. Now for Hector in the corner. Can't really control it. Loose in front. Still loose. And Felician will come away with it. Off the boards, tried for himself, but Retta there to break it up. Now Felician will get it back and give it to Mike Henning. Back for Petras.
It's clear that Coach Genefu says get behind the ball. You see 4 players stand behind the ball.
Almost was trouble, but the ball went too far for Cavello, so Orff out to knock it away to Suarez. Suarez, nice move, got around Cornelli. Here come the crunch in the corner now for Dykes. Dykes off the boards in front, and Suarez couldn't get the follow-up shot. 5 seconds now in the quarter. Cavello see if he can get something. Cavello on the dribble to the left side. He's going to run out of time as the ball comes into the Cleveland end. And the first quarter is in the books here at the CSU Convocation Center on Dallas Cowboy Cheerleader Night, and no score. We're going to take a timeout and come back with second quarter action. Harrisburg zip, Cleveland zip on Fox Sports Net.
Sometimes the highly developed male will communicate via hand signals. We have the next game of billiards. Spot on. Would you care for another rolling rock? A rock would be splendid.
You want to play doubles?
Yeah, sure.
Correction. Make that 4 rocks. Well played. I'm excited. Me too.
Rolling Rock beer. Grab a rock.
Sun Newspapers is your community paper. We have what you need. Community news, high school sports, city hall coverage, and more. From east side to west, Medina to Geauga County. For news that's really close to home, it's Sun Newspapers. Every Thursday, receive the paper that covers everything under the sun. Sun Newspapers.
Did the levy pass? Hey, what's on tonight? Man, this newspaper's really out of sight. Just pick up the phone for the news that's really close to home.
First Merit Home Equity line of credit has a 3.99% APR 2-month introductory rate that adjusts to prime. Currently 4.75% APR. Apply today by phone or online, or visit any branch.
When it's time for a change, you can't stop, lose stop for an expert oil change.
Be good to your car. It's easy to do.
We'll change the oil, change the filter, lube the chassis too. It's time for lube stop, lube stop. The oil change experts, lube stop.
Back here at the CSU Convocation Center, no score to begin the second quarter. Defensive struggle in the first for the Crunch and the Heat. And in a few moments here, we'll be joined by MISL Commissioner Steve Ryan. Here's your first quarter stats. Cleveland out-shooting Harrisburg 10-2. Heat, though, with that good defense with the blocks 7-1. Saves, Doug Petrus has 3. And Otto Orff has 1. This Tuesday morning, a great job for the Cleveland Crunch with the schools. 10:30 a.m. is a school day game. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't buy a ticket and come on out and watch the game as well. There are tickets available to the general public. That's the Crunch and Kicks, and the only weekday game this year. It's this Tuesday at 10:30. Crunch and Philly, so we hope to see you out here. Joined now by Commissioner Steve Ryan. Steve, thanks for joining us for some time here tonight. Boy, defensive battle early on.
It certainly is, and it's great to see this crowd out here, so everybody's enjoying themselves.
And the All-Star Weekend coming up. We'll be talking about that here on the broadcast. February 17th is the game at Gund Arena. But a whole weekend. They're coming in on the 15th and the 16th with Super Soccer Saturday. This is an exciting time for indoor soccer fans, especially here on the North Coast.
Well, I've been in Cleveland for about 3 days this week. It's amazing to see the awareness of this event. It kicks off on Friday, as you mentioned, with all-star players out in the community, putting on clinics, visiting hospitals and schools. And on Friday evening, there's a gala event, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But All-Star Soccer Saturday is designed for families. It's really programmed so that moms and dads can bring the kids down, kick it off with a breakfast of champions, meeting the all-star players, the legends, having an opportunity to have a picture taken with them, which is unique in professional sports. We're going to put on a skills competition with some of the gifted athletes you see out here tonight. And then we're going to also have a clinic for all the youth in the area.
Harrisburg with the ball now. Cleveland started the second quarter with it, but Harrisburg's had it now for the majority of this 45 seconds. Now with an open shot, Juan Diego, and he buries it. Near post on Otto Orff, and Juan Diego has the first tally of the night. It comes at 50 seconds of the second quarter.
Juan Diego had an opening there just to the left of the box, and he slipped it into the inside post past Otto Orr. Diego nets his 5th goal on the year. Clearance pass by Retta gets caught up by Juan Diego, and he saw his opportunity and he took it. He hit it to the lower left corner, and the Heat have jumped out to a 2-0 lead.
That's Juan Diego's 5th goal of the season. And we'll see if they give an assist on that or not. Really shouldn't be, but we'll wait for official word. So Juan Diego at 50 seconds of the 2nd quarter. A 2-pointer, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Heat. Now the Crunch with the ball in the Harrisburg end. Caution will have to track it down now back in midfield. And he'll send it in the corner for Bassett. Tried to get it over to Sedgwick, and then the Heat kick it out of play on the mix-up. That's Mike Feniger. So some exciting action here tonight early, Steve. Even though that's the first goal we've seen a couple of good opportunities for the Crunch in the 1st quarter, and Harrisburg with their first real good opportunity there capitalized.
Well, both of these teams came to win tonight, and it's pretty clear that last week's battle over in Harrisburg is being renewed here this evening.
There's Bassett to Hector. Popped it up and got it out of play. Too much underneath that one. Steve, you know, when you came into this league, Hector Marinero is one of those guys that has been around, it seems, forever, and keeps scoring all of those points. And let's take a look at the standings real quick. Milwaukee Wave in first place by 4.5 over the Kicks. You check the bottom of the pack there. It's Harrisburg 7-15, Cleveland 6-16. Heat 11 back, Cleveland 12 back. So if the Crunch can win tonight, they can pull back to within 5th place. But as I was saying, Steve, there's going to be a foul on Jason Webb. If so, I believe that's his 3rd. Hector Marinero is just one of those ambassadors of the game. You had to love it when you came into the league and know you had somebody like Hector that can really take this game right to the people. A player that everybody likes, and a player with so much skill.
Well, he's a genuine superstar. He's respected on the field and does so much in the community. He is truly a leader and a young man that we look up to.
Now Bassett with the ball for the Crunch. And tapped away. It's Lester Felician with it. And now back to Doug Petrus. 2-0 Heat on a Juan Diego goal. Petrus will get some token pressure from Bassett. Kick ahead. Goes up the sideboards, and Caution will track it down in his own quarter. Pressured heavily by Cabello. Got it back to Otto. Got it up to midfield for Suarez, but knocked away by Cornelli. Now Marco Trigiano tried to pass it back. Came to Hector, tried to fly in with the 3. Couldn't get it to go. Now James with it. He scored, but it won't count. They're going to call a trip as he knocked down Marco Trigiano. So, Steve, you've been on the job now for about 1.5 years. We talked at halftime last Saturday on the radio network about your biggest challenge. We'll get to that in a moment. Boy, Nick, check out this play right here. Whoops.
Well, Chad,
too much.
Yeah, Chad James, 23 years old, already 5 years in the league, and you got a guy like Marco Trigiani. He schedules his own speaking events and helps children in the community read. He's a very outspoken player, so you've got a couple of young guys right there that are really helping each other's teams out.
There's Eric Cavello with a personal on the trip. Steve, what's been your biggest challenge now that you've been on the job for about 1.5 years? We talked about that last Saturday on the radio network.
Well, I think getting a common vision among all the teams and in terms of our direction and how we're going to market this great game. We've had an opportunity to really build a new business model and build a whole new structure, both at the league and from a legal point of view. But more importantly, I think one of the great challenges that we've had is how do we promote the MISL, and one of the quick answers is the All-Star Weekend. It gives us a platform to really showcase not only the great players, but the game itself. And as you both know, we're going to have, in addition to the All-Star game, we're going to have a Legends game and bring back many of the great members of the Cleveland Force to play MISL All-Stars. So we think that kind of a platform raises the noise level about the league. And today we received an application from Sacramento in California. So I think there's a sense of momentum about our league. There's a buzz across the country. We're going to announce some television, which will involve CNNSI, Sports Illustrated, carrying the game live across the country. So my hope is that as we move it down towards the playoffs, we're going to have a great finish. Cleveland and Harrisburg certainly have a lot of territory ahead of them in terms of schedule and can make up the ground. We're going to have an expansion draft in terms of a couple of teams that will not be going forward. So there's going to be some more talent spread around the league. And the arrival of San Diego, Dallas, and St. Louis is going to give us broader national footprint moving forward.
And a lot of old fans are happy with that. The San Diego Sockers, the Dallas Sidekicks, the St. Louis Steamers, all names that really rack the brain when it comes back to the 80s and some of the classic matchups with the old Cleveland Fords.
It certainly does. And there's a lot of history there, and we intend to exploit that.
Kids having fun there at the CSU Convocation Center. Harrisburg ball with a 2-point lead. Doug Petrus with it now. Well, we told you in the pregame he's always had good games against the Crunch. And he's done exactly what we thought he would early on here tonight. Caution with the clear back to midfield. Mormon with the header back to Petrus. Now this is David Flavius with his first shift. He's a guy that can run and mix it up as he does there. Got it in front of Mormon, headed it out. And now David Flavius will come off. But Nick, as we talked about earlier in the season, David Flavius, a guy that can just change the momentum of the game.
As you said, Al, he's a change the pace, and they got an opportunity there. If it weren't for Eric Mormon being able to head the ball out of the goal mouth, would have resulted in a 2-pointer for the Crunch.
Yeah, look at him work there to keep it alive. Back now in live action, it's Nevio Pizzolito. Nice move, stepped around Tanzini. Left-footed three in front. Mormon knocked it away again.
Chad James was within a whisker of redirecting that ball there.
Lester Felician trying to keep it alive for Regis, but Suarez will get it from him and dump it back to Nevio Pizzolito. Boy, nice move to himself off the near glass here. Down the middle now. Pizzolito trying to work on the dribble. Mormon broke it up, and he hurt his toe as well, hopping around in his own end while Otto gets the ball. Cleveland will reset it. Chris Mormon's going to run off the field. Boy, he just, I think, met feet with Pizzolito when he tried to clear that. Now Matt Caution will steal back for the Crunch, and he was held by Nicola Cornelli.
A professional foul at midfield, allowing Harrisburg to get back rather, and set their defense rather.
Bassett with the left footer, and then a header return that Doug Petrus takes a leap on and makes the collection. Steve, you touched on Sacramento a little bit. They have applied for entry into the league, but it's our understanding they won't play next year, but it'll be in for the following campaign.
That's to be determined in terms of what their availability of the building would be, but we're very excited to have them. As you know, they're owned by the same ownership that owns the NBA team in Sacramento. Have a very good organization, great market, gives us our second organization in California, and helps us develop a West Coast presence, which is, I think, important moving forward.
Well, Harrisburg will spend the time out here to diagram a play. 2-0. Heat in the lead with 10-12 to go in the first half. Steve, we're going to keep it right here. We talk a little bit about expansion, the 3 teams that are coming in next year. Who are the other cities right now that perhaps don't have an indoor team or haven't had one for a number of years that are possibilities for next year or the next 2 or 3 years coming on the scene?
Well, I think we're getting very close to a decision relative to next year. And one of the issues is I don't want to rush teams into the league because the experience has been very poor. But we're playing an out-of-market game next weekend down in Nashville, Tennessee. Second out-of-market game. We'd like to locate a team there. We'd like to also have a team up in Portland, Maine, to open up the Northeast. We'd like to be in Cincinnati. It's a market that has a rich tradition in indoor soccer, and we think we've got potentially a group. There's many other markets, and we're going to start some geographical clusters now that we've opened up the West Coast.
Steve Ryan, Major Indoor Soccer League Commissioner, joining us here for some Cleveland Crunch and Harrisburg Heat action, second quarter. 2-0 Heat, and David Bascom will be the trigger man. Tried the bent three-pointer and a nice diving save by Otto Orr. Cleveland will try and counter. Vantage to Sedgwick. Harrisburg back though on D. Long pass to Butcher in the corner. Butcher trying to move in, but Doug Petrus will scoop it off his toe and roll it out to Nicola Cornelli. Cornelli with some pressure from Sedgwick. Dump it back to his keeper, and Petrus's pass will be taken by Marco Retta, and he'll send it back to his keeper, Otto Orr. Now Matt Caution with it. Up ahead for Andy Schmetzer. We talk about a legend. He came up as a rookie with the Cleveland Force back in 1985-86. And a perennial all-star. Indoor soccer. This is just his second game back. Andy retired, but came out of retirement a couple of weeks ago against the Blacks. Now Hector with it. Far board. Looks it all the way back to the neutral zone. He'll lift in the corner for Retta, making a run. Now let's go for James. Couldn't get enough on it, and he sends it up and out of play. So it'll be a goal kick for the Harrisburg Heat. Commissioner, when you take a look at the All-Star Weekend, this is something that indoor soccer has never really had. That's an entire weekend, and especially the past 8 or 10 years, the game has always been played on a weeknight. Now you get it on a weekend, and you have a whole weekend to showcase the game.
Well, we're truly going to celebrate the game and showcase the great players that we have and the skills they have, and it gives us an opportunity also to really leave a reservoir of goodwill in the Cleveland community by out working with all the youth groups. I think the media will be very, very surprised as all these activities unfold.
A couple of good opportunities there for the Crunch, but Doug Petrus caught the last one by Chad James, and Otto comes out to break it up. Nice clear, going to force Petrus to just hit it back to midfield. Here's Andy. Now to Chad James, and broken up by the Heat. They have a 2-on-2 counter if they want it. Here comes Speniger with Bascom, and Pizzolito, nice breakup on the pass, and he'll dump it back to Kylie Couch. Boy, Nevio Pizzolito, just one of those steady defenders.
Really developing into one of the better defenders in the MISL. Dove in there and got it back to the keeper quickly.
Now Suarez trying to make a run, but the ball hits where the boards and the glass meet and squirts the keeper, Doug Petrus. They'll get a rollout to Nicola Cornelli. Far side now, this is Henning. The Petrus, bad chip. Comes to the corner, though, and actually Cornelli is going to be able to dig it out there in front of Suarez. Now they'll get it ahead for Eric Cavello. Kylie Couch on him. Nice jump in by Kylie to break that up. Marco Trigiano with the shot, and there's an acrobatic move as Kylie Couch went for it and got enough of the ball. They'll say, play on. Now Hector with it at midfield, tapped away from behind, and Cavello is whistled for the personal. And that is his second, and he can't believe it. Free kick now for the Crunch, still down 2-0. A Juan Diego two-pointer, 50 seconds into the second quarter for Matt Tanzini's been it. Sedgwick tried to knot it up, but sent it just wide. Now on the far boards, it's Bascom and Marinero going for it. Hector kept the pressure on. Now Butcher with it. Over to Hector. Shot save Petrus. And now there's a foul on the far boards against Marco Retta for the push. And we told you, Doug Petrus, he's a pretty good goalie anyway, but he always seems to have a great game whenever he plays against the Cleveland Crunch. And now we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a break as well. With 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half. Harrisburg up 2-0 on a Juan Diego goal. That's been it. You're seeing Crunch Soccer on Fox Sports Net.
Time Warner Cable offers you the greatest value in entertainment.
No hidden fees.
Local customer service guaranteed.
Time Warner Cable. Pass on the dish.
We get all the local channels. No patches. No kidding.
Time Warner Cable. The very best in TV keeps getting better.
If you had your own movie theater, what kinds of movies would you show?
Use your imagination.
I'd show my kinds of stories. Great dramas.
Stories that are true to life.
And don't forget romances and stars.
Bring in Madonna!
Welcome to Lifetime Movie Network with your kind of movies showing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lifetime Movie Network. Your movie's on. Time Warner Cable. The very best in TV keeps getting better.
Mike Bilger trying to get his troops going here to get on the scoreboard. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first half. Crunch down by a pair. Mike Bilger, a very successful college coach. And the Cleveland Crunch this year have some great promos, as we've told you about. Another one coming up on Friday, February 8th. That's a week from tonight, 7:35, Crunch and Blast. Always a good game when those two get together. Well, it's also Christian Concert Night featuring Brothers Keeper. That's next Friday against the Baltimore Blast. Get your tickets at any Ticketmaster outlet, CSU Convocation Center box office, or call for tickets 216-896-1140. That's the Crunch office in Cleveland. Well, the far boards, Juan Diego's not having much luck getting it out of there as Bill Sedgwick and Marco Retta have him trapped. Finally, Retta gets it away. Now Diego used a little elbow there, and he's whistled for the personal foul. That'll be his first. And Cleveland will get a free kick from the zone end. I'd like to thank Commissioner Steve Bryant for stopping by and joining us for the broadcast here tonight. Finding some exciting things happening in indoor soccer. That All-Star Weekend coming up in Cleveland, February 15th through the 7th. It was really great to see.
Well, it's just about 16, 17 months since the commissioner has taken over. He's done a lot of things that fans have often talked about, and that is bringing the two leagues together and making this league coast to coast.
Butcher had the ball in front, but he was unable to control it. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because he was pushing Matt Tanzini. That's how he got so open. And Harrisburg will have another restart.
Steve Butcher, one of the players that the Crunch have been getting point production from since they signed him. As you mentioned earlier, in his first game back, Butcher netted the hat trick.
And he just got pushed there again by Chris Mormon. He's got some speed. Mormon knew that. Once Butcher got behind him, he figured he better foul him. That's his second personal. So a restart for the Crunch. It'll be Hector again just outside the three-point arc. Got Kylie Couch on the back post. Watch for him here. There it is for Kylie, but he moved away. Comes off the boards, and Couch will now get it and send it out to Suarez. Boy, that's the play the Crunch likes to use on the back post. I think if Kylie stays there, he might have a goal.
Just relax, have a cup of Joe, and it'll come right to you.
Danzini takes it away for the Heat now and see if he can get a counter. Nice pass ahead to Webb. Over and after it in the corner, get there in front of Pete Solito, but it's a 2-on-3. Webb waits for help and sends it to no one here to the near boards. Vashis will take it for the Crunch. Here comes Scorin Gorin. That soft cast on his right wrist. Kicks in the corner for Couch. Peters out to break it up. Now Regis trying to get it out of there. Does. And here comes Costo to take it back over to Andy. Now Flavius. He'll try the long three. That's up and out of play.
Now the change of pace there by Flavius, taking one from downtown. He's a player who still learning the indoor game right now, but has a lot of creativity and a lot of skill on the field.
Hey, a great way to keep up with the Cleveland Crunch is to go to the website, www.crunchsoccer.com. The latest info, player stats, a team shop. Find out where the Crunch is in the community and so much more. Don't forget to put the www in front of crunchsoccer.com. Now another kick in for the Harrisburg Heat upcoming. Still 2-0 Harrisburg. A Juan Diego goal has been in. Came at 50 seconds of the second quarter here. Now Cleveland knocks the ball away, and this is Matt Caution with it. Up ahead to Marco Retta. Tried to find Schmetzer, but a little too far for him. Corneli's pass is then broken up by Schmetzer to Hector. Cleveland with a little break. Hector, nice step around move. He'll go into the corner on the dribble. Hector then still with it. Now Corneli seals him off. Tries to kick clear it away. Did kind of. Schmetzer will take it topside. Andy into Hector. Back it in. Back for Schmetzer. Shot. Save. Doug Petrus. Oh, an open shot at Petrus, but he came up with a save. Caution with the three. It goes off of Hector. Matt Caution will get it right back. And Cleveland will reset it back to Otto Orr. Boy, their best chance of the night right there, Nick. And Schmetzer with a point-blank shot against Petrus, who cut the angle down. Didn't save.
He was right there, right place, right time. And once again, Petrus keeps it out of the net.
Now we have a whistle off the ball. Matt Knowles is down, and either Steve Butcher or Hector Marinero put him there. And it's on Steve Butcher.
I must say, I'm a bit surprised with the score, Al. It's just 2-0 right now. We thought we may have a game in the teens. Right now, just one goal with about 4.5 to play in the first half.
Lester Felician slides to try to get the ball back. Bassage with a nifty little move. Comes ahead. Nice pass to Butcher. He can run. Butcher into the Heat end. Right corner shot. Save again. Petrus then gets the rebound. Like Doug Petrus has been a stonewall thus far tonight. His outlet for Felician too far. And Marco Retta will send it back to Otto. And Otto's had a pretty good game, too.
Oh, he really has. Both keepers have done well in the net. Uh-oh.
Retta going forward with Felician. They both go down. Lester Felician guilty of the trip. Great kick for Cleveland. Lester Felician came up with the Cleveland Crunch.
Irie-man. From Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of skill. Boy, he makes some dazzling plays out there.
Always a fellow that's laughing. If you see him off the field, he'll always greet you with a smile. Now Corneli takes the ball away from Chad James in the corner. He goes down. Chad put him there. First personal on Chad James. And Harrisburg with a free kick. Morez will pressure Petrus. And his pass went over Bascom's head, but Juan Diego there to get it. Back out to Bascom. Down the middle. Left-footed shot. Nice save by Otto Orff, and Chad James is able to clear. But Harrisburg will get it back and reset. This is Doug Petrus once again with it. Now Henning has a little room there. Now with a board pass for Webb. Webb still with it. Back out to Chris Moorman at midfield. Over to Bascom. Bascom against Pete Solito, trying to get around him. Here comes the double with Bassage, and they got it away from him, but a whistle and a foul on Bascom. That's his second for tripping. Nevio Pizzolito. So the fouls thus far have gone very much in Cleveland's favor, but they're still down the scoreboard 2-0.
And Bascom right there didn't like that call whatsoever. He was going forward and didn't understand the contact and the whistle against him.
Kylie Couch dump it back to Pizzolito. Back to Kylie now and over to Otto Orr. Otto will dribble it ahead and try to find Butcher on a cross. Has it near side. Butcher trying to go corner for Hector. Him off the boards, got him more in the wing area and knocked away by Chris Moorman. Now with it is Cornelli. He and Schmetzer battle. And they get Matt Tanzini. He comes away with it. Matt Tanzini somehow got away from a couple of Cleveland defenders and will reset the offense for the Heat with just 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half. We have a full halftime show for you. Hope you can stick around. We'll introduce you to some of the new players in the Cleveland Crunch organization. And we'll talk with Crunch General Manager and President Paul Garofolo about All-Star Weekend, plus a scoring summary and stats. Stick around for the half. Meanwhile, Cleveland will get a kick in off the clear. Matt Knowles sent it into the near boards. Matt Knowles came over to Cleveland in a trade back in '97 for 3 players, most notably Todd Dosowski and Glenn Carbonera. Now he finds himself in Harrisburg. Don't forget to join me and Mike Pilger every Tuesday night on Sports Talk 850 WKNR for the Coaches Show from 7 to 8. Also live worldwide on the internet at thesportsking.com, Cleveland's sports website. Also your chance to win Cleveland Crunch tickets, and we'll have special player guests as well. Timeout for the Crunch. They'll have one more here in the first half with 2:14 to go. 2-0 Harrisburg on a Juan Diego goal, and we'll see what Mike Pilger can draw up here in the huddle with probably Hector Marinero on the ball. Also on that left wing, Nick, Timock Suarez has been triggering the ball a number of times.
Yeah, we'll also look for the runners running through the middle of the box. We saw that earlier when they had a restart from the left wing, if you will. Just left of the D is where the ball is going to be spotted this time. And we'll see either Chad James, maybe Timock this time, flashing into the middle and see if Hector can pound it through. Or maybe Hector will take it direct. He has the ability to bend it around the wall, and we'll see if Hector might be able to increase his points. He has 89 on the season so far.
Well, a week from tomorrow night, the Milwaukee Wave in town for a special 8:05 kickoff. There'll be on-field autographs after the game. All you need is a ticket to get in. Stick around afterwards for the entire team autograph session. Hector, the Timock shot, score! Tied at 2. We talked about him as one of the options, Nick, and there he was, Suarez with the left foot.
Came right to the top of the box, and a great service from Hector Marinero. Kept it low to the ground. Timock just had to come up and hit it first time, and he put it on target. He hit it to the lower right-hand corner, and if one thing Petras has trouble at, and that is getting low, but he had no chance on that goal in the Crunch with the equalizer. 2:12 left in the first half.
So Suarez from Marinero. Now, wait a minute. They're waving this one off. They're waving the goal off. I did not get an explanation why. And they call a foul off the ball. Nevio Pizzolito, his third, so no goal. It is waved off. That was off the ball in front.
Oh, Margaret, that's a tough one.
So it looked to be the equalizer. Is not, and Doug Petras still has a shutout. So Harrisburg ball with that 2-point lead. It's David Vasco. Well, it's kind of tough to take when you equal it there with a nice restart goal and doesn't count. Now Eric Cavello in the near boards. Out to Wendell Regis. Trying to get it for Felician. Suarez breaks it up. Here's Cornelli to chip it back in. Header by Retta out to James, and we have a foul on Eric Cavello. That's his third. So we have 3 personals on Eric Cavello and Jason Webb. They pick up one more. It's a 2-minute penalty. For Cleveland, Nevio Pizzolito, the only player in foul trouble. He has 3. Steve Butcher has 2, and then a number of players with just 1. And of course, the fouls reset in the second half. Once you accumulate 4 in either half, you're in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Otto with pressure from Fenniger, just got it away to Retta. He's in trouble in the far boards and lost it. Juan Diego with it. Now over to Fenniger. Nice slide by Caution will break that up to the near boards. Harrisburg trying to head it back in, and Felician says, let's give it to Petras and reset with 55 seconds to go in the half.
We've talked about how well Petras has played so far in the first half, but really he has to give a lot of credit to the defenders in front of him who have 10 blocks already on the night and have really helped out the keeper tonight.
Now Harrisburg right down the middle, gets right side to Juan Diego, shot wide. Try to go near side, and that harmlessly comes to the near boards. Felician will get it with Sedgwick marking him. Felician still with it, trying to get rid of it. Now he finds Henning on the far side. To the corner for Juan Diego against Butcher. 20 seconds left here in the half. 2-0 Heat. Now Fenniger will send it far side for Henning. Set in the box. Sedgwick broke it up. A right to Felician. Took a shot. Sedgwick blocked it. 5 seconds now to go in the half. And Fenniger will just send it back to Petrus, and that'll do it. So a very low-scoring first half. The lowest lowest half scoring-wise of the season for the Crunch, as they are right now down by 2 to the Harrisburg Heat. There's Otto Wharf, who had a pretty good game in goal, but it's kind of been overshadowed by Doug Petrus.
Yeah, it really has. Petrus has done well in goal. So has Otto Wharf. We've got a good game here in Cleveland.
Halftime show is next. Make sure you stick around. Crunch down by 2.
Alright, don't need a reason why. Everything's alright.
Easy boy.
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
When it's time for a change, you can't stop, lose stop for an expert oil change.
Be good to your car. It's easy to do.
We'll change the oil, change the filter, lube the chassis too. It's time for lube stop, lube stop. The oil change experts, lube stop.
Success is all about education. And Tri-C students are smart. They start new careers, get new job skills, take control. There's not a single hot career we can't get you going on. If you wanted to be a rocket scientist, you could start here. We'll make the money work, your schedule too. Just apply. You get counseling automatically, and it's free. We'll figure it all out for you, one-on-one. The more you know, the more you earn, the more you contribute to our community. It's all about education.
Back to our broadcast of the Major Indoor Soccer League on Fox Sports Net. The Cleveland Crunch and the Harrisburg Heat at halftime now. This week I had a chance to catch up with some of the new faces at the Cleveland Crunch practice facility. Here's what they had to say about being a member of the Cleveland Crunch.
Oh, it's been great so far. I always hated playing against them, you know, but it's been, everyone's been nice to me, and it's turned out to be a good situation.
How's the team coming together now?
We got a great bunch of guys here. You know, we've had a lot of close losses, I think. Maybe a lot of young players new to the game also here. So it's going to take time to gel and stuff like that. So, you know, we get a couple wins in a row and then maybe get a loss, but we're going to be right back in the hunt in the playoff race.
You've been back in action for about a month coming off hernia surgery. Tell me how it's been getting back into the flow of the game.
Well, I mean, it was obviously a little tough to get back the first couple weeks, first month. But I'm finally feeling like I'm back on top of my game. You know, my body's reacting to what the brain is telling me now, so that's a good thing.
Nevio, if I were scouting you, what do you think I see? What would I write down to stop Nevio Pizzolito?
Just play hard against me, because I play hard. I don't know. I mean, as a defender, you kind of have the overall picture of the game in the back, so it's kind of tough to mark a defender or play against a defender. That's why it kind of feels a little easier for us to go forward and to get unmarked.
With crunch defender now, Kylie Couch. Kylie, you're not a rookie to the indoor game. You played in the WISL, but this is your first year in the MISL, so kind of a rookie here. You made the All-Star team. The adjustment for you has been easy. Who are some of the people that have made it easier for you coming over from that league to this league?
I think some of the players, you know, just getting to know some of the players here. Hector, obviously, has been in the league for a number of years. You know, you talk to them, talk to Andy Schmetzer. Those guys have made it easier, you know, help, obviously, Otto in the back, you know, a veteran, you know, when I'm playing, he's always talking, you know. So it's helped me have a little easier transition from one league to the next.
Mike, we're at the midway point of the season. How's the first half gone for you as the Crunch head coach?
Well, it's been, the record has been disappointing. You know, we've lost a lot of close games, and we've had some injuries, and we got some, just when Nevio comes back after being out for a while, then Giuliano gets hurt, and but now with Andy coming back in, and Giuliano will be back soon, Nevio's healthy, I think the spirits are pretty high, and hopefully we can have a good second half.
In 2 weekends, February 15th through the 17th, All-Star Weekend is coming to Cleveland, and I had a chance to talk with Cleveland Crunch President and General Manager Paul Garofolo about the weekend and how exciting it's going to be.
Clearly, no All-Star game would be complete without forward Hector Marinero, arguably the game's greatest player, certainly the best in the past 12 to 13 years. You know, he's a player that needs no introduction. However, he is missing one trophy from his shelf at home, and that's he's never won the Most Valuable Player award at an All-Star game. So I would think that the crowd is going to see an interesting and committed Hector Marinero out there at the All-Star game. Also, of course, we have John Ball. John is certainly on the verge of becoming a superstar in this league. He's a bright, talented midfield defender, very fluid play, and has been posting a lot of points for us this year. And of course, John is the reigning Most Valuable Player from last year's All-Star game. And as well, the young defender that we brought in this year, we're excited to see him make the All-Star team, Kylie Couch. We found Kylie last year down in Texas. He certainly has played to everyone's expectations, and we think that this is a young man that you'll see on this roster for many years to come.
Seems like a left-footed All-Star game. A couple of great players this year in the top three behind Hector, Joe Reiniger and Dino Dolevsky. They're going to be there as well.
Two great players. You know, Reiniger, big, tall left-footer out of Milwaukee, plays for the Wave, coached by West coach Keith Tozer. The guy can light up the lamp clearly. Talent beyond belief, and certainly if there's a player to replace Hector Marinero if he ever decides to hang up his boots, it's going to be Joe Reiniger, a very, very strong left foot. Dino Dolevsky out of Kansas City, another big left foot player playing for the Comets and Coach Zoran Savic. Certainly one of the best one-on-one skilled players that you'll see in our league, and he can bury the ball in the back of the net.
But the All-Star game itself, East versus West, that's maybe not the premier matchup for some of the old Cleveland Force fans. Force legends against MISL legends right before the All-Star game. That's going to be great.
Yeah, we have a great lineup of guys coming back. You know, the MISL legends are going to feature players like Stankovic and Paul Child, Scott Manning, and Slobo Ilievsky, and it just goes on and on and on. And, of course, on the Force roster, one night only, back in Cleveland, players like Kai Hoskevy, Bernie James, Chris Vaccaro, and we've dipped back all the way to try and get representation of every year that the Cleveland Force played. So there's players coming back like Wayne Gentis, George Nanchoff, Jim May, Ruben Estigaraga, just to name a few.
And Paul, the weekend begins on Thursday night. It's not just a Sunday afternoon affair.
Right, it's a full slate for the guys. Thursday night we'll have a welcome reception for them. Friday we have the All-Star press conference and luncheon. Friday night we have a party at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Saturday during the day we have an event called Super Soccer Saturday, which is for kids, and will feature a clinic and the players practicing, the inaugural MISL All-Star Skills Competition, so a big day at the Cleveland Metroplex in Warrensville. As well, Saturday night we have a black tie dinner called the Soccer Ball at the Grand Ballroom of the Renaissance Hotel, followed by 2 games on Sunday and the post-game All-Star Jam featuring Nick and the Nice Guys, which is one of the premier entertainment groups in the country.
Well, we sure hope to see you out there at the All-Star Weekend. That'll wrap up this portion of the halftime show. Stay tuned. We have more to come right after this on Fox Sports Net.
Pizza, the staple of the American male, oftentimes served dangerously hot.
Thanks. Okay.
To cool it, they use an age-old technique known as the reverse blow. The Rolling Rock continues the cooling process. Good.
Rolling Rock beer. Grab a rock.
Hi, got your large pizza and free Cinesticks.
Great. Wow. Maybe it's the smell of the Cinesticks, or the fact that they're free. But I just want you to know, if I had a son, I'd want him to be just like you.
Hey, Dad, what's the holdup? We're starving.
Gotta go.
Topped with cinnamon sugar and served with creamy icing, it's Domino's freshly baked Cinesticks. Get a free order when you buy any large one-topping pizza for $9.99. Call now. Get the door. It's Domino's.
First Merit Home Equity line of credit has a 3.99% APR 2-month introductory rate that adjusts to prime. Currently 4.75% APR. Apply today by phone or online, or visit any branch.
The Force is with you one more time. Come see Hoskeby, James, Sweeney, Nanshaw, Kazamani, Stankovic, Segota, Ilievsky, Raduca, Vaccaro, Manning, and more. It's the Cleveland Force Legends versus the MISL Legends at the 2002 MISL All-Star Game. Sunday, February 17th at Gund Arena at 1:30. Then, check out the stars of tomorrow as the 2002 MISL All-Stars take the field. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster locations. Charged by phone and the Gund Arena box office. MISL All-Star Weekend. Be there.
Halftime at the CSU Convocation Center. Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders providing the entertainment for the fans here tonight. A great crowd. Like to see a little bit better game from the Crunch, though, trailing 2-0 here at the half. I'm Al Pulowski along with Nick Bastos. We appreciate you joining us for the Major Indoor Soccer League here on Fox, Cleveland Crunch, and the Harrisburg Heat. Well, when you take a look at the first half stats, not much in the way of scoring, but look at the shots on goal. Cleveland was 20 to Harrisburg's 8. Crunch unable to cash in on any of those, Nick.
Abby, look at the defensive stats for Harrisburg. Block shots, 10. The defenders in front of Petrus helping him out. And, of course, talked about Doug Petrus. He's been very hot in the first half. 10 saves and fouls. Pretty much a wash right there.
And the restart opportunities, that's been a problem for the Cleveland Crunch all season long. They're 0 of 9. Harrisburg just with 1 opportunity. They failed to convert on that. That's good news for Crunch fans because last Saturday night, Lester Felician got a couple of assists on the restart, and that's what really got Harrisburg off to scoring to make it 11-5, and the Harrisburg Heat pull out that victory. So there's your first half stats. We're going to take another timeout and come back with some first half highlights as you watch the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders on Fox Sports Net.
Sun Newspapers is your community paper. We have what you need. Community news, high school sports, city hall coverage, and more. From east side to west, Medina to Geauga County. For news that's really close to home, it's Sun Newspapers. Every Thursday, receive the paper that covers everything under the sun. Sun Newspapers.
Did the levee pass? Hey, what's on tonight? Man, this newspaper's really out of sight. Just pick up the phone for the news that's really close to home. when it's time for a change. You can't stop, lose, stop for an expert oil change.
Be good to your car. It's easy to do.
We'll change the oil, change the filter, lube the chassis too. It's time for lube stop, lube stop. The oil change experts, lube stop.
A ride, don't need a reason why. Everything's alright.
Easy boy.
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
Back here at the CSU Convocation Center, Harrisburg Heat with a 2-0 lead over the Cleveland Crunch here at the half on Fox Sports Net. The only goal thus far coming on a Juan Diego two-pointer with the assist to Matt Tanzini. 50 seconds into the second quarter. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. And in the second quarter here, here's that goal.
Now the attempted clearance by Cleveland picked up by Juan Diego, and the rookie buries it. And the inside post pass, Otto Orr his 5th on the year. In fact, that might have been right through the 5-hole. Otto frustrated with himself, but had a good first half.
These highlights brought to you by Luke Stop. There's a goal from Timoc Suarez. That's the good news. The bad news is it doesn't count. There was a foul off the ball on Nevio Pizzolito, who held a Harrisburg Heat defender in front, and that might have been why Timoc had that wide open spot to the near side. So 2-0 Harrisburg Heat here at the half. Still a few more minutes before second half kickoff, and an opportunity to tell you about the Legends game coming up before the All-Star game on February 17th at Gund Arena. Check out some of these guys from the MISL Legends, Nick.
No, this is going to be fun. And I'll let you talk about the Cleveland Force guys, but just some of the legends out there. Kim Runfed, the Rocket, who spent so many years playing for the Wichita Wings. Of course, Mike Stankovic went on to coach in Baltimore. And Richard Chinapoo, who's here coaching the Heat. It's going to be a great game. I am very excited about being in Cleveland on the 17th, or actually on the 16th when the Legends game takes place. And, of course, Keith Tozer, a lot less hair, big mustache, but he'll be fun to watch out on the floor as well.
And some of those guys there, like Richard Chinapoo, Keith Tozer, Jim Pollahan, they're now in the front office of MISL teams. And Eric Geyer was coaching Monterey over in the WISL last year. Here's the Cleveland Force guys. Boy, these are some great names. Kai Hoskavy, Ali Kazamani, Paul Kitson, Andy Chapman, Mike Sweeney, George Nanshoff. Boy, just some great guys. And, of course, Kai Hoskavy at one time in the 80s was just as popular as any other athlete on the scene. And look at some of those defenders. Bernie James, Trevor Dawkins, and Benny Dargle. 3 of the most solid defenders that you'll ever see play indoor soccer. And the goalies, Chris Vaccaro and Jim May. Somewhat familiar names, but Lou Cioffi, he had the big win back in 1983 when the Cleveland Force defeated the Chicago Sting and went on to the semifinals. We're going to take one more time out, come back with second half kickoff. It's coming up after this. Crunch down by 2 on Fox Sports Net.
You don't have to be a pro athlete to need sports medicine and rehab. Sure, a lot of people you see in the peak at Marymount make their living on the playing field, but a lot of them don't. They're firemen and architects, and moms too, and they all have the same thing in common. They need to get back on the job. For professional sports medicine and rehab, call the Peak at 216-518-3600 and get back into action. Sports Medicine Center of the Cleveland Crunch.
Hi, got your large pizza and free Cinesticks.
Great. Wow. Maybe it's the smell of the Cinesticks, or the fact that they're free. But I just want you to know, if I had a son, I'd want him to be just like you.
Hey, Dad, what's the holdup? We're starving.
Gotta go.
Tom, topped with cinnamon sugar and served with creamy icing. It's Domino's freshly baked Cinesticks. Get a free order when you buy any large one-topping pizza for $9.99. Call now. Get the door. It's Domino's.
Seasons change, and so can you. Start changing your body and life with Fitness Made Simple's Fall into Fitness Special. Build the body of your dreams with 2 of our best-selling videos, AM/PM Workouts and the Awesome Hour, Upper Body Home Workout, hosted by fitness celebrity John Bastow.
The AM/PM Workouts video helps men and women of all fitness levels improve their bodies with short 10 to 15-minute morning and evening home workouts done both with and without weights.
They're fun to do, and they keep me feeling great all day long.
Whether you're looking to build or just tone your torso, the Awesome Hour Upper Body Home Workout is my favorite for sculpting your chest, back, shoulders, arms, and abs.
Sold separately, each of these videos cost $29.95, but for a limited time, now you can get both AM/PM Workouts and the Awesome Hour Upper Body Home Workout for just one payment of $29.95. That's right, 2 videos for the price of 1. And if you order right now, you'll also get this audio tape on the most effective fitness and fat loss supplements free. Make fitness a part of your life. Call now or order online at our website, fitnessmadesimple.com.
Crunch Soccer is brought to you by Pepsi, Sun Newspapers, Labatt, and Zippo. Crunch down by a pair here at the half, along with Nick Bastos. I'm Al Pulowski. Welcome back. Steve Warren, our director tonight on Fox Sports Net, as the Harrisburg Heat starts the second half with the ball and with that 2-point lead. And the Crunch trying to clear it out of there, and they do. Now Chris Moorman with it.
And both teams trying to find a spark offensively. Seen a low-scoring game in the first 30 minutes.
And a good defensive game by both clubs. Doug Petrus right now pitching a shutout. Regis with it in the far boards, and he'll kick it out to Felician at midfield. Down near side, going corner for Cavello. Has to take it out by the wing. Trying to back in, but a double by Retta took it away. And now Retta goes down after the Lester Felician tackle got most of Marco Retta. First foul of the second half on either squad. So the Crunch with a restart from their own end. Let's get another update from our out-of-town scoreboard. Milwaukee Wave up on Baltimore there 10-7 at Baltimore Arena. Wave up by 4.5 over the Kicks and 7 over the Blast in the Major Indoor Soccer League. Doug Petrus gets the loose ball on his own end. Here's the rollout to Bascom. Not really able to run, though. Cleveland's done a nice job tonight of getting back on defense and not allowing the David Bascom counter, which, when Bernie Lillebaugh used to play for this team, he and Bascom could really run. Now in midfield, Couch will send it back to the Heat, and it's Cornelli. On the double team, got it out to Bascom. Now they're heading it up at Cavello. Leaves it off for Feniger. Back for Cavello. Chip shot. Score. Otto Warp tried to get back and cut the angle down, but Eric Cavello went top shelf. Then Harrisburg has a 4-0 lead. Nice little break there by Cavello and Feniger.
Now they stretch out the Crunch defense. Get it down to Cavello, and he just finishes right in the middle. They had Kylie Couch in no man's land, and Otto tried to come up to cut down the angle, but a good finish by the Harrisburg youngster, and the Heat have extended their lead to 4.
18 points on the year now for Cavello. That's his 6th goal and his 4th 2-pointer of the season. Harrisburg has the ball back now, and it's Vinny Marco Trigiano who gets tripped in the far boards by Marco Retta. So Cleveland down by 4. They've got some work to do, especially when it's a 4-0 game. That mental block there now in the third quarter. Mike Pilger looking on, a bit concerned as Lester Felician will run over the ball and let Tanzini kick it to him.
Well, Alan, the keys of the game we talked about at the very top. We talked about a good performance from Petrus. Harrisburg needed. They needed to get out in front of Cleveland, and they've done just that.
Now the ball loose in the neutral zone. Schmetzer with the header going for Butcher, but broken up by Tanzini. Andy trying to mix it up in the near boards, but Matt Tanzini got it back. They both go down, and there's a foul on Schmetzer, who's not very happy with that call.
Now, Schmetzer had one of the better chances in the first half. We talked also about Hector being able to score some points and create chances. While he's had a few decent looks at the net, he really hasn't had any good looks where he's been able to put some good pace on the ball.
Harrisburg ball now. It's Juan Diego, but Pete Solito picked his pocket. Boy, he can play defense. Here comes Regis, though, to tap it back away for Juan Diego on the far board. Sedgwick flies into it, bends the boards a bit, and they get Juan Diego for the foul. puts his hands up and says, why didn't push him that hard?
Thank goodness those boards had some bend in them. Sedgwick was headed in there like a torpedo.
Otto Orff with it. Cleveland down by 4. A little over 2 minutes here into the second half. Now for Sedgwick. He'll make a run to the far corner, but Regis, nice play, knocked it away, but couldn't finish it off. Sedgwick got it back into Hector. Out to Kylie Couch now. With Bill in the corner. Wendell Regis on him. Bill Sedgwick moved to midfield a few games ago. Defender's been his position for most of his career. Now on the near board, still trying to win it from Chris Moorman. Harrisburg can't really get it out. Now Chad James has it. Felician trying to pick his pocket and got it. Here comes Lester. Caution broke it back up. Now Lester and Chad go down, and the foul will be called on Lester Felician. That's his second here of the second half. Lester better be careful. Not even 3 minutes ago, and he's already picked up 2 personals here in quarter number 3. Nice pass from Hector to Suarez. Can't find an opening, though. When it finally does shoot, Wendell Regis is there to block it. Suarez topside. Corner for Hector. And Hector couldn't control that one. Chris Moorman will take it. Hector clapping his hands, though, saying, nice try, Temock. So Cleveland's getting some chances. They're right there. They had a goal waved off in the first half. Just haven't got one to count yet.
And play simple. Play it first touch, first time, and you'll create chances. That's what Hector was saying to his teammate, Temock.
Now Petrus dumps it into the penalty area. And we like to remind you, we have another game coming up on Fox Sports Net. It'll be at the end of March, on March 30th, 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon game against the Milwaukee Wave. Hope you can join us for that one. And Cleveland Crunch and Milwaukee Wave, always a good game. Those two squads get together regardless of the records. Hector with the restart from the top of the penalty arc. To Nevio, nice block by Henning. Nevio will get the loose ball, though, and kick it back to Otto Orff. For Marco Reddit. Give it back to Otto, and they'll try it again. 4-0 Heat. Goals tonight from Juan Diego and Eric Tavello for Harrisburg, and that's been it. Now Marinero to himself off the wood. Nice center for Butcher, and looked that way starting out, but Henning with a nice defensive play broke it up. Now back into Hector. In the corner for Butcher. Couldn't get it there. Chris Moorman broke it up. Nice defensive play by the second-year man. And here come the Heat on the counter. 3-on-4, though. And Moorman's pass in is broken up. And a nice play by Retta to get there before Bascom. They'll dump it to Otto Orff as he looks for an outlet. Finds Bassage. Warren now will look ahead for Andy Schmetzer. Slide tackle by Mike Henning. And the trip is called as he got a little bit too much of Andy Schmetzer.
First foul on Henning, and a good job there by the veteran Andy Schmetzer to show in the middle to help his teammates out. Harrisburg works it down out of their last third.
Now Andy with a nice steal. Tried to center for Flavius, and Harrisburg broke it up. Bascom couldn't get it to himself, though, and Schmetzer will send it back to Otto. Now to Gordon Bassage. Bassage, his 4th year with the Crunch. Pass ahead was broken up, but it came to Retta anyway. He'll take it into the corner. Now he's going to find 3 defenders there. Goes down, no call. And Harrisburg comes away with it. This is David Bascom trying to go for it with Matt Caution, and Caution wins it. He'll send it down to Bill Sedgwick. Bill up ahead for Gordon Bassage in the corner. Bassage working one-on-one here with Tanzini out the couch. 3-pointer. Dive save for Doug Petrus. 2-fisted it back to midfield. And the shots that Cleveland has put on goal tonight, and they've had a number of them. Doug Petrus has been there to answer every single one. 4-0 Heat as Chad James will look for Sedgwick. Trying to get it in the box for a cutting Bassage, but the fellow broke that up. And now it's Marco Trigiano. Cleveland gets all 5 players back. Couch knocks it away, but Matt Tanzini there for the Heat to dump it to Doug Petrus.
That's how the game's been so far tonight, Al. We talked about we might see a fast up and back game, counter-attacking game. We haven't seen that tonight. Both coaches are playing it close to the vest. They're playing behind the ball. They're playing possession soccer, working it around the perimeter to create a high percentage shot. And as a result, we've got a 4-0 score right now in favor of Harrisburg.
Kylie Couch sent that one on a plan. This is the beginning of a 5-game homestand. The next one happens this Sunday at 2:05 against Kansas City. Harrisburg in front, diving save for Otto, and he grabs it. Tuesday morning against Philadelphia school day game. And then on Friday night, Baltimore Blast at 7:35, and next Saturday night, Milwaukee Wave at 8:05. So good time here for the Crunch to make a move, and we'd love to see you out here at the CSU Convocation Center. Pick up your tickets, any Ticketmaster outlet. Convo Center box office, or call the Cleveland Crunch offices, 216-896-1140. Now Cleveland with it far corner. This is Temoc Suarez. His second year indoor, trying to center in front. Harrisburg broke it up. That's Mormon. They just lob it to midfield. Pete Toledo heads it back for Temoc, and they call Nevio for the push. One of the things about Temoc Suarez, who just had that ball in the corner, is a player that pretty good outdoor player, just his second year indoor. And I talked to him about a month ago, and he said, Al, I'm finally starting to learn the game a little bit, but it takes a while to get adjusted to the indoor game. It's a lot different from outdoor.
Now, you would think it would take just about a year under your belt in order to learn the game of indoor, but it really takes longer than that. It's going to take you probably 2 or 3 years to learn all of the angles and how fast the game moves and being able to anticipate where the ball is going to end up on the field. That's the biggest adjustment that the players who come in from the outdoor game have to adjust to when they come indoors. And some, just like people, I mean, they adjust differently. Some players take to it quicker than others.
Harrisburg with another kick in, and Nick, that last foul in midfield, the play before that, that was Lester Felician's 3rd personal foul. So a lot of coaches, once a player gets 3 personals, they tend to put him on the bench. We'll see if they do here. Now Bassett with a chance down the middle. He has an opening, shoots, scores! Gordon Bassett puts Cleveland on the board. They cut the Harrisburg lead in half at 4-2. And Bassett was the first player to be able to do something no one else could tonight. That makes Doug Petrus fall down and have no opportunity to stop this one.
Bassett's taking advantage of the miscue by Harrisburg, and a good hold right here. Petrus had already committed himself, and Bassett waited for it. Took a look and popped it right over the head of Petrus for a 2-point goal, and he's fired up.
Well, what a job by Goran Vasic. Look at this steal here. And then a nice pass from Chad James, who will get the assist. And he got Doug Petrus down. Once you're down, you're out. So Vasic from James at 6:52 of the 3rd quarter. And Cleveland's on the board. 6th 2-pointer of the year for Goran Vasic, now with 33 points. He's 4th on the club in scoring. And Otto Warp with an outlet to midfield, but it's stolen by Cornelli. So 4-2 Harrisburg. Great slide tackle by Caution to Butcher. Cleveland will run again. Right side pass. It's chipped it up and out of play. Boy, almost another opportunity for Goran as Butcher had a 2-on-1. So the Crunch getting the momentum back, and we'll take a timeout. 7:43 remains in the 3rd quarter. Crunch down by 2 to Harrisburg.
When it's time for a change, you can't stop, lose stop for an expert oil change.
Be good to your car. It's easy to do.
We'll change the oil, change the filter, lube the chassis too. It's time for lube stop, lube stop. The oil change experts, lube stop.
Gordon Vasic, the goal scored tonight for the Crunch. He did it just a minute ago to put Cleveland to within 2 of the Harrisburg 8. 4-2 the score. Welcome back to the Convo. Don't forget, this Sunday afternoon is also Oven Fresh Pizza Family Night, but before that, Hector Marinero ties the game. Scores the goal with a half volley shot underneath Doug Petrus to make it 4 apiece. And Hector Marinero, the game's all-time leading scorer. You give him a little breakaway, and he'll take advantage.
Cleveland with the equalizing goal. Lester and the 2 Cleveland players give him the Malachi crunch. The ball squirts out to the top of the box, and Hector didn't know a whole lot about that one, but he rolled it in for a 2-pointer. The game is tied at 4.
For Hector Marinero, his 20th 2-pointer of the year. He now has 91 points, and he has scored in every Cleveland Crunch game this year. And now we have a play on as Webb and Pete Toledo went down, and Orp has the ball. That Oven Fresh Pizza Family Night again. That's this Sunday at 2:05. Great offer from Oven Fresh. And boy, the more I talk about that, the more scoring opportunities. So when Harrisburg has it, I think I'll stop. Keep it up. Right now, it's Nicola Cornelli. He'll get it back to Fettiger. And you get one-topping pizza, 4 lower bowl seats, a disposable camera, a liter of Pepsi. It's a great deal this Sunday at 2:05. Plenty of time to go to the game and still make it back for your Super Bowl party. So Hector Marinero tying the game for Cleveland at 4. And now Crunch with the ball, and going down is Chad James right in front of the Crunch bench. Mike Feniger put him there. His first personal. See that one again. Chad about on the breakaway.
Well, that's a good thing he got the ball first. That could have been close to a blue card there.
Yep. Got him right on the knees, too. Those things tend to hurt a little bit.
Well, things have definitely picked up here in the second half, Al. About 6.5 left to play in the third, and we're seeing the pace increase much more than we saw in the first half.
Now Steve Butcher with it in the near boards. Pass out to Matt Caution. Kylie Couch with a one-touch over to Goran Vasic. And Cleveland has been out shooting Harrisburg. They've been dominating the whole game. Now 25-13. You see the stat there. And French would like to see if they can now, as they have in the last couple of minutes here, cash in on some of those shots on goal. Otto's long pass ahead, broken up by Henning. But Couch with a header in the corner. I'll let Jeff Dice run for it. Can't get it, but here's Butcher. Right-footed shot wide. I don't think Petrus saw that one. He puts that on goal. That might be it.
Just keep doing that. Keep creating chances. Keep creating chaos out in front of the Harrisburg net. Gets those garbage goals right out in front. Cleveland even get a lead here.
Now Otto Orff by his own yellow line. Gets it right back from Kylie Couch. T-Max Suarez in the corner and couldn't control it. Marco Trigiano there with nice defense, and Doug Petrus scoops it up. Chris Moorman in his own end, right back to Petrus. Cleveland will back off this time and let Petrus come ahead. It's a long pass ahead to his counterpart. Orff has got a leap to make the one-handed pull down, and here's a quick outlet to Retta. Cleveland might want a little run here. Retta up ahead for Suarez. Has some room. He'll step in, step around, but a nice move by Moorman with the tackle, broke it up. Now in the corner, bodies go flying, but Matt Tanzini comes away with the ball and the clear. Otto Orff will take it back with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Game now tied at 4. Cleveland was down 2-0 at the half. Harrisburg pushed it out to 4-zip with an Eric Cabello goal, but then Goran Vasic from Chad James at 6:52 and Hector Marinero unassisted at 7:28. So now they'll give the assist to Nevio Pizzolito. So Marinero from Pizzolito at 7:28. We are tied at 4. Now Hector for Nevio making a run. He'll get there in the corner, sends it off the glass, but it's skid on him. And Schmetz will take it far side, running against Tanzini. Now out to Couch. Couch tried to back heel it to Nevio, and it's broken up by Juan Diego. Over to Bascom, and you see whenever Bascom gets the ball tonight, Nick, Cleveland players are flying at him. They're saying, we don't want to let this guy beat us. He's done enough of that in the past.
So far, so good for the Cleveland side. They've been able to limit Bascom's productivity.
And a great tackle by Couch. Here's the 2-on-2 counter. Couch steps to his right, trying to back heel, but not nearly enough to get it to Hector. And Doug Petrus will pick it up, and I think he senses that Cleveland definitely has the momentum now, and he wants a timeout. So that'll be a short timeout with 4:03 to go here in the third quarter. Game tied at 4, and Kylie Couch, an all-star defender this year. Boy, this is a great tackle, Nick.
Well, he goes down on the log roll right here to prevent the ball from Wendell Regis. Gets back up on the soles of his feet, and here we go on the counter. Coming back the other way, and he's thinking that Schmetzer is going to come and make an overlap run the other way. Steps on the ball and heels it back, but he wasn't there. But a great defensive play by the youngster Kylie Couch, who will be in Cleveland for the All-Star game on the 17th.
Kylie Couch, a rookie in the MISL, but not a rookie to indoor soccer. Spent 3 years in the WISL. This Tuesday, a great morning out with the Cleveland Crunch. It'll be 10:30 when the Philadelphia Kicks come to town for the school day game, the only one of the season. But don't let that scare you away. If you don't have tickets, they are available to the public. That's this Tuesday, the only weekday game of the year. It's a great time to play some hooky and sneak away from the office. Nick, 10:30 against the Kicks.
All of the teams in the MISL do the school day game, and they are a tremendous success. Well, of course, kids, they don't have to go to school. It's a field day trip, baby. Come on out, watch a little soccer. And the crowd noise is unlike anything you'll experience during the course of the regular season.
Yeah, it's
really
loud.
unique.
It's loud to say the least. And also an educational day. They're going to have a workbook prepared for some of the kids. And Otto Orff now with 6 saves, and Cleveland with 5 block shots. The Heat with a good team defense of 12 block shots, and Doug Petrus with 11 saves. Now Otto in his own end off the back pass, has to use his feet, kicks it to midfield, but Harrisburg hems it back in. Comes to the near boards after Retta broke it up. And now we have a late whistle and a foul against. Is that Felician? If it is, that's number 4. And it is.
Yep.
Number 4, and Lester's going to go to the box for the first 2-minute penalty of the night. Richard Chinapoo not happy, and let's take a look at it here, Nick.
Well, Lester comes in with a dangerous foul right there. Had his foot up, heading in towards Sedgwick, and the official was right on the call right there. Lester obviously didn't agree with it, but he'll be off for 2 minutes, and Cleveland will be on the power play.
And it did look like Bill Sedgwick's the one that had to go off his hand. So 4 team fouls. First time this year that Cleveland has played in a game where the 4th team foul has come on the opponent. And it's a former Crunch player, Lester Felician. So Cleveland will go on the power play this year. They've had a little bit of trouble on the power play, just 5th in the MISL. And the Harrisburg Heat defending are 4th. Cleveland converting 6 of 17 opportunities for 35.3%. Harrisburg has 11 power plays against them, just 5 kills, 45.5 kill percentage. Here we go with the game tied at 4. Marinero, Schmetzer, Bassage, Butcher, and Pete Solito are your power players. Bascom, Regis, Mormon, and Cornelli are your penalty killers. Harrisburg will send it back with Cornelli to midfield. Hector Marinero tracks it down there with 1:37 to go in the power play. Hector likes to run it. He'll do it from the right wing. Centers in front. Butcher could pull the trigger. Here's Bassage, and his shot is blocked by Mormon, but out to Schmetzer. And on the right side of Hector, you see the power play in the upper left-hand corner of your Fox box. Now Bassage. Go poke back out for Hector on the right side. Bassage making a cut on the back end. Hector looking for him. Now goes for him, but it's broken up by Mormon. And Bascom will take it and try a little counter short-handed. Broken up by Pete Solito, but he didn't finish it off. And Bascom still has it. Now to Mormon, and Harrisburg will kill some time. And Petrus, he didn't want to do that. Trying to clear it away and send it right off the glass and out of play. Doug not happy with himself there.
Now, big mistake right there for Petrus. This is going to give Cleveland an opportunity with a man advantage here to get a good look on a restart.
Now Suarez coming on late. Sometimes Cleveland will move Suarez over and Hector will take an overload position, but let's see. Looks like Hector will stay with it. To Bassage, bench shot, score! Goran Bassage going back post, top shelf on Doug Petrus. His 2nd goal of the night, and Cleveland has their first lead.
First time Hector and Timok hooked up in the first half. That one was disallowed, but this one counts. Good look by Hector as he looks right. Nonchalantly plays the ball to the left. Great service on the carpet, and Timok hit it right in the side netting. And the Crunch have their first lead in the game.
So Hector Marinero now with his league-leading 38th assist on the season. Cleveland on a 6-0 run, and Goran Bassage, his 2nd goal of the game, and his 11th of the year. And you just said it, Nick, on the power play, Hector's dangerous enough from the top of the penalty yard. You put Harrisburg a man down, that's just even tougher to defend, and the Heat couldn't do it there. So it's a power play and a restart goal. And it came at 12:19 of the 3rd. Now Harrisburg's Nicola Cornelli poked away from behind by James, then Couch with it, but couldn't get it ahead. Instead, dumps it into the near stands. There's some youngsters saying, hey, I got that ball. I think I'm on Fox Sports Net tonight.
Their energy level is high as well as Cleveland's. Their energy level has gone up. They're winning all the 50-50 balls and creating even more chances they did in the first half.
Corneli's 3 is partially blocked by Couch, and Ork gobbles it up. Boy, Otto's had a nice game here tonight, just surrendering those 4 points, and the goals that have come against him have been good goals.
And they really have. Otto once again playing well.
Sedgwick's pass ahead to Chad James, couldn't control it by the Harrisburg bench and went off of him and out of play. There's Goran Bassage, 2 goals tonight, 7th 2-pointer of the season. Boy, if Crunch can get him going, that'll really help out the offense, which has struggled, just 5th in the MISL. Only Harrisburg is lower. Now Matt Caution with it in the far boards. Pressured mightily by Marco Trigiano. He stole the ball. Nice slide by Jeff Dice. Broke it up back to Otto. Can't use his hands here because Dice was the last player to touch it up. Officials say fine. Now let it go if it's in the play. You can't pass it back to your goalie. And sometimes you see Otto there. He wasn't sure. He went with the pickup then. And they let that one go. On to Neville Pete Solito. Otto with a lot of room in front. Going to pass the ball near corner for Hector Mormon there to break it up, but his header goes out of play. So that'll be a kick-in. Now the kick-ins this year have been changed as well. Used to be from where it went out, but if the official feels that it was an unintentional kick out or block, it'll come from where it went out of play, but he'll say from where it went out. Don't forget to visit our website, www.crunchsoccer.com. Latest info, player stats, team shop, and where the Crunch is making appearances. Join us at www.crunchsoccer.com. And Marinero centering pass there, and Nevio Pizzolito went right into Vinny Marco Trigiano, and they're both not feeling too good here, as both the trainers are going to come out to take a look at their respective players. For Harrisburg, it's Sandy Wagenheim, and Manny Economos, the longtime trainer for the Crunch, will come out and take a look at Nevio Pizzolito. Boy, that was a mess.
Now Hector from the left side played it into the middle of the box, and you see Nevio coming right down Main Street. Marco Trigiano stuck his head low and tackled him at the 25-yard line, and both of them came up ailing. Nevio holding the midsection, and Trigiano may have taken some stuff right off the face.
I think Jameer Miller would have been proud of Marco Trigiano's tackle on that one. So they're both up, and they're both able to make it to the bench under their own power. But, you know, Nevio Pizzolito is just not a guy that you want to get tangled up with. 6'2", 190. That's pretty big for indoor soccer. And Vinny Marco Trigiano, who has 13 points on the year that you see there, he's 5'6", 157. That's a little bit of a mismatch.
I would say so, but he talks a big game. He's an outspoken player for the Heat side. As we talked earlier, he likes to schedule his own speaking engagements. He's a communications major, obviously, and Nevio, he's tough as a $2 steak.
Gordon Bassett with a chip in caught by Petras' outlet. Those taken back by the Crunch. They can run. They've got a 4-on-2 right side to Butcher. Now to Caution. It's a 4-on-3. Caution goes down. Trip on Regis. Whoa! And that'll be his first. And Regis not happy right now. 6-4 Crunch. Just over a minute left in the third quarter. Bassett with the restart. Nope, he'll run over it. Here's Hector with Bassett running in front. He was going to try and trail the block, but it came out too soon. And Harrisburg's able to get it back to the Cleveland yellow line. That's Orr. Now to Bill Sedgwick.
The Crunch has dominated on set pieces tonight. They are getting so many chances on restarts. Probably at least 2 or 3 to 1 over Harrisburg tonight.
Felician trying to send it ahead. Kylie Couch with a nice chest strap. Got it over to Suarez and back to Couch. Cleveland's all-star defender kicks it in the corner for Hector Marinero. Marinero off the wood for Sedgwick. Nope. Broken up by Cabello. Now Felician with the foot on it, but it goes into the scorer's table. And Jason Kernack, the assistant referee, makes the catch. It's another restart for the Crunch, who's currently on a 6-0 run after getting shut out by Doug Petras in the first half. Hector trying to get it in for Andy, and he tried to fly in with the one-touch, but Harrisburg breaks that up. Orff with a header. Back up for Marinero, but Vinegar got in front. Couch got it back to Hector, though. Shoulders it to himself. 3-on-3 up for Andy, too far. Petras will chest it away and then kick it out of play again. Didn't want to do that, and that'll give Cleveland a restart opportunity with 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Doug has played a solid game in the nets. Perhaps his one weakness, Nick, has been the outlet.
Well, once again, that's about the third time he's done that tonight, Al. This will be Cleveland's 13th opportunity on an offensive restart. So far, they're 1 for 12 on the night.
Marinero with Suarez and Schmetzer out top. Watch for them to make cuts now in the box. There they go. And now Hector says, okay, we see how Harrisburg's going to defend this. Let's take a timeout and diagram a play. 6-4 Crunch. 7 seconds remain here in the third quarter. And there's Mike Pilcher talking with Gordon Bassett, and he's saying, okay, see how I got that last goal in the restart. Can we do that one again, Coach?
Well, they've been successful feeding the ball in the middle. And, of course, with Hector on all of the dead balls, he's going to find somebody, whether it be Goran Vasic or whether it be Tomac Suarez, which have been the two players that Hector has gone to finish the plays. And with the ball spotted in the left wing corner, the ball more than likely will come away from the goal. We'll look for a Cleveland cutter somewhere around the top of the D or at the top of the box to try to get a shot on goal.
So some finishing touches put on the play, and the Cleveland Crunch have another great post-game concert coming up, the second of the year. It's Brothers Keeper Christian Concert Night on Friday, February 8th. It's a week from tonight, and of course the dreaded Baltimore Blast are in town. What a rivalry that is. Crunch and Blast a week from tonight, 7:35. Good seats still available, and Brothers Keeper after the game.
Now you make sure the Crunch and the Blast are on their best behavior. One of the most bitter rivalries
always.
in all of indoor soccer.
Those two teams are always on good behavior. Yeah, right. Hector with the restart, a couple of feet inside the corner kick out. Let's see what they come up with here. Andy cuts. Now Tema Chad in the box right through his leg. Schmitz will run it down 5 seconds. Sends back in. A little high. Hector's return just wide, and then Harrisburg's able to clear it out. So Cleveland with a couple of opportunities, but unable to score at the end. But what a quarter for the Crunch. They were down 2-0 at the half. Harrisburg went up by 4, and then Cleveland scores the last 6 points to take a 2-point lead. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Keep it right here on Fox Sports Net.
When it's time for a change, deadlock, lube stop, for an expert oil change.
Be good to your car. It's easy to do.
We'll change the oil, change the filter, lube the chassis too. It's time for lube stop, lube stop. The oil change experts, lube stop.
Sometimes the highly developed male will communicate via hand signals. We have the next game of billiards. Spot on. Would you care for another rolling rock? A rock would be splendid.
You want to play doubles?
Yeah, sure.
Correction. Make that 4 rocks. Well played. I'm excited. Me too.
Rolling Rock beer. Grab a rock.
With my job, I see it all. Bedrooms plagued by constant chills. Basements riddled with mysterious noise. But hey, as a heating specialist for Sears, I know how to help.
For your home's heating needs, look to Sears. Call right now for a free in-home estimate on a new system. You'll get great brands like Kenmore and Trane, and an expert you can count on. Sears installs, maintains, and repairs the brands you want with the guarantees you need. Sears, where else?
One proposal, 2 competitors. For small businesses, surviving means being fast on the draw. But that old dial-up is too dang slow. Cable broadband from Roadrunner Business Class is much faster. You can do more and do it better. Boost profits, too. Stick with dial-up, and you might end up on Reboot Hills. Call now to win your showdowns.
Crunch with a 2-point lead as we get set to begin the fourth quarter here at the CSU Convocation Center. I'm Al Pulowski along with Nick Vassos tonight on Fox Sports Net. Here's your stats through 3 quarters. Cleveland still out shooting the Harrisburg Heat by a nearly double-digit margin, 27-14. Block shots, obviously Harrisburg will have a few more of those, 12-6. Look at the restart opportunities, Nick. Harrisburg only with 1, they failed. Cleveland has 1 out of 13. That doesn't sound very good, but that 1 has been the difference in that 6-4 margin.
No question, power play restart goal to give the Crunch a 6-4 lead at this point, and their keeper, Petrus, has knocked 3 or 4 of them out and really have given Cleveland an opportunity to score close around the net.
So Cleveland will start the fourth quarter with the ball and on a 6-0 run. And the corner goes for James. Tried to one-time it, but it's broken up by Matt Tanzini. We'll get it to Eric Cavello. Back to Tanzini, going to try and make a run. Got the ball. Dribbles and centers in front, and there's Feniger. Couldn't get enough on it. Header goes wide, and Pizzolino clears it away, but out of play. And Otto not happy with net there. He's banging the glass. Boy, Mike Feniger had a good opportunity in front, but just couldn't get it in here.
Great hustle by Feniger. A good end-board deflection that comes into the middle, and Feniger got 1 touch on it. And the second one, he tried to peanut the ball in the net, but couldn't put it on target.
Felician to trigger the restart. The Knowles, nice block by Bill Sedgwick, who laid out for it. Goes to the far side and takes a hop out of play. That'll be another kick in for the Harrisburg Heat. And this will be just their 3rd restart opportunity of the night. Actually, not. It's going to come from the neutral zone. Here's a big stat. Harrisburg 0 of 12 from trailing after 3 quarters. And Cleveland would like to see that trend continue tonight as David Bascom kicks it up and on a play. And every game Cleveland has won this year, they've been leading after 3 quarters, 5-1. With a 2-point lead here tonight, let's see if that trend can continue.
Right now, the momentum certainly with Cleveland, and as we see Harrisburg, they're probably going to start the high pressure a little bit. The defenders for Cleveland and Otto Warp as they throw it into the Cleveland side of the field.
And Otto got it down there, and then Petrus kicked it out. Now Harrisburg putting some heads on it. Finally, on the far side, Henning able to get a foot there, but Bill Sedgwick getting possession for the Crunch. To Reddit, now back to Orr. And let's see what the other game's going on tonight. Milwaukee Wave now up by 3 in Baltimore, 14-11. Here's Reddit, left-footed shot. What a save by Petrus. Had him going to his right, came back to his left, and pinned it on the ground.
How about that? That's a tough save. And got one of those bear claws out there to keep it from crossing the line.
Follows on Temoc Suarez. That'll give Harrisburg the ball back. Let's look at this one again, Nick. Boy, Doug Petrus, who had a tough third quarter getting back in it. And now here, see Temoc Suarez getting a little bit too much. Fenneger. This is Couch in the corner. He wins the ball against Juan Diego and got it back to his keeper, Otto Warr. Matt Caution. Up for Butcher. Knocked away, but here comes Couch to take it. Trying to get a one-touch to Vasich. Fenneger broke it up. Butcher coming over. Couldn't get control. Fenneger does. Is clear. Will be taken by his teammate Diego. Ian Caution will run for it. Juan Diego in the corner. Taken down by Matt Caution. And the foul called on Cleveland's defender. That's his first in the second half. All players now that have a foul just have one. Lester Felician, after he had his score, he gets reset back to 0 then. Served a 2-minute penalty. Boy, there's a rocket from Danzini. It's wide, though, and Bascom will get the loose ball and send it back to Danzini at midfield. Here comes Vasich to break it up, and now Nicola Corneli will hem it back in. Suarez went airborne to break that up. Steve Butcher. Out of Vasich. Makes a move for himself. Goring with 2 goals tonight. 4 points. Leaves all scores. Now to Pete Toledo. Back for Goring. How about a hat trick? Just wide. Pete Toledo and the Fireboards will collect the rebound and give it back to Otto.
What a good look by Nevio to Goring, who had some space down the right side and just missed it to the far post.
Vasich now trying to send it in. Went off his former teammate Felician, but there's Flavius. Look at the wheels. Got there to give room to Schmetzer. Flavius comes out with it. Andy in the box got it back, but Harrisburg breaks that up to Corneli. And Corneli will kick it back to his keeper, Doug Petrus. Here's Vasich on him. Boy, Harrisburg having trouble getting out of their own end. Cleveland gets it right back in the box. That's Petrus, who can now use his hands after Schmetzer hit it. Finds Felician on the rollout. Felician getting all kinds of pressure from Flavius. To his keeper. Doug Petrus now trying to find an open man, and he does. It's Matt Knowles. Against Retta. Tries the crossover. There's the 3 right to Otto. Nice catch by the veteran keeper. Otto looking for Andy, making a cut at midfield. Now for Hector. 2 Cleveland Force veterans trying to hook up here. Now to Schmetzer in the near corner. Bascom on him. Up to Pete Toledo. Nevio in for Chad James. Knowles on him. It's now for Andy. There's a shot. Score! Right underneath the crossbar. You won't find a better pinpoint shot anywhere, Nick. Unbelievable angle for Schmetzer, and he found just enough to beat Petrus.
Top shelf where Grandma keeps the cookies. A tremendous shot by Schmetzer as he hit it just beneath the woodwork. And how about the service from Chad James, too? From the corner, plays it away from the goal, and Schmetzer hits it first time, and Petrus needs a hug.
Well, Andy Schmetzer, since he's come back now, just his second game, he has 6 points. He's made a difference on the field. You see why here. Look at this pass again from Chad James. A nifty one for Chad's second assist of the night. 8-4 Crunch. And Andy Schmetzer, his second 2-pointer of the year, gives the Cleveland Crunch a little bit of breathing room at 8-4. Boy, what a goal. That was so low underneath the crossbar that it came right back out. Now Cleveland with the steal. It's Hector. Hector got a shove from behind from Bascom, and he gets called for the foul. That's going to work to Bascom's favor, his first personal, because he doesn't commit that. Hector's got a point-blank shot from about 30 feet against Petrus.
Hector, a goal and assist tonight. He'll trigger the restart.
Just inside the arc. Sends it in front. That's Chad James who went down. Petrus tripped him, but no call. Oh, boy, Hector not happy with that. He's got some words, but Cleveland gets the ball anyway, and they'll reset. Up to Bill Sedgwick. Sedgwick has it knocked away from behind, and now they call the trip on Bill Sedgwick. And really, for the first time tonight, the fans won't be too happy. Let's look at it again, Nick.
Right up Main Street to Chad James trying to redirect it in, and when the ball got loose, Petrus tripping up Chad James, but his teammate comes over to clear the ball. Boy, Chad James Not a lot on the stat sheet tonight, Al. He's got an assist tonight, but he has been everywhere. 2 assists tonight, but he's been everywhere on the floor.
And there he got the takedown from Petrus, but not seen. It's a good play, right?
Absolutely.
Auto work with the outlet for Sedgwick in midfield. Mormon there to cut him off, though, and take it. Double teams. Sedgwick got it back. Tried a back heel for Vasic. Mormon there. Wise to it to break it up. And the Couch comes in and sends him flying, and there's the card. And who's that going to go on? Couch is the one that initiated the contact. And it looked like it came on Bill Sedgwick. Let's see it again.
Mormon along the sideboards just trying to get the ball free. Couch comes in low. Sedgwick is there to lift him up to the ground. Well, they're going to send Kylie off, I would imagine.
Well, Kylie made the initial contact, but Bill Sedgwick is the player that's going to the box for 2 minutes. So Kylie gave the first shot. Sedgwick undercut him. It's kind of a take your pick. But normally they give it to the initiator. So penalty minutes will go on Bill's stat sheet and not on Kylie's. And now for the first time tonight, Harrisburg is on the power play. And the Heat this year, not very successful. Last in the league, 5 of 17 for 29.4%. Cleveland, though, not real great defending. 24 power plays against them, just 10 kills. 41.7 kill percentage. There you see Bill Sedgwick in the box, 2 minutes for boarding. Crunch up, 8-4, but Harrisburg on the power play, almost converted back post. That was Tanzini with the slide, but couldn't get it in. Now Felician, top of the penalty arc to Corneli. Corner for Basco. Back to Corneli. To Felician. And to Noah. Here comes Marco Retta. He'll kill some time. With 1:30 to go in the Harrisburg power play. Now a whistle and a hold on Matt Tanzini.
Tanzini's a young player who's got a big left foot. His problem is he's got to be able to put that one on target.
First personal on Matt Tanzini. There you see the Harrisburg power play. Not very successful this year. They would like to keep that one going. And they'll try and kill some time here. Otto will dump it for Hector. Trying to make a collection. Got enough of it to find Reddit. Leave him killing time. Back to Couch now. Couch lost it as he tried to retreat, but got it right back. He finds Schmetzer. Long chip ahead for Hector against Corneli. Hector, a good collector in the boards. Couldn't get that one, though, and Corneli got it back to Petrus. Now up to Knowles, but a nice job by the Crunch, and they get the ball back. There's Couch. Shot blocked by Corneli. Tanzini got it over to Baskin still. Killed about 35 seconds there. It's 55 left in the power play, and Tanzini with it.
And a couple of shorthanded opportunities for Cleveland.
Now, Tanzini on top to Baskin. Side for Corneli. Right, a board pass for Knowles. Slide by Schmetzer, broke it up, and Marco Retta will clear. 30 seconds left here in the power play. 9:25 to go in the game. 8-4 Crunch. Baskin on the left side. Felicia. Corner for Tanzini. Back out to Baskin. He can nail the three if he gets an open look at it. He has 4 this year. There's a kick by Corneli, blocked by Kylie Couch. Third in the MISL in block shots. He leads the team for Kylie Couch, block number 43 on the year. A kick in for the Heat. Thankfully, though, this won't be from too close. They'll take it from the touchline. There's Otto. Give Marco Retta over. Okay now. Felicia will chip to Bascom. Now to Tanzini in the corner. Trying to center in front, and Marco Retta's there to clear, but this is going to sail out of play as well. So this will give Harrisburg a kick in from the top of the penalty arc. This is the location Lester Felician fed David Bascom on Saturday for a couple of goals.
Yeah, that's a dangerous situation, Al. Heat are going to have a good look at the goal here, and also with the man advantage for the last 7 seconds here of this penalty.
Mike Pilger there saying 5 more seconds, guys. Lester to Knowles, up off the glass. Tanzini will get the rebound. That should be enough, though, to kill off the penalty. Here comes Bill Sedgwick. We're back at full strength. Crunch penalty killers do the job. There's Bascom with the chip. It's out of play.
Now both Knowles and Bascom got good looks at the goals that time. But just finished a little bit high. Bascom into the seats and Knowles just above the woodwork. They got the shot they were looking for. And we haven't seen a lot of Matt Knowles out on the field just on the dead ball situations. He is wearing that soft cast on his left hand, and he hasn't been playing much other than coming out on restarts.
And also out tonight for the Heat, we talked about Meshach Wade and Gino DeFloria with injuries. Ian Carter did not dress. And Jason Dunn not here. He was at caution now with the ball in the corner. Somehow got it, then tried to find Chad James, but Cabello broke it up. Jason Dunn was rumored to go for Danny Barber to Baltimore, but the trade fell through. So Dunn right now not dressed, and everybody's staying put.
Up for the crunch tonight. Ball, Rizzi, Mitchell, Oliviero. Petrus with a kick to midfield for the Heat. David Bascom tried to control it, but Nevio Pizzolito takes it instead. His kick ahead. He's fouled by Eric Cavello. First one on Cavello. So everybody now that has a personal foul just once. With 8:16 left in the match. 8-4 Cleveland, currently on an 8-0 run. Good second half thus far for the crunch. Otto with the ball and with time.
And they're going to be content with just burning some clock here.
Here comes Bascom now. Otto's going to have to come forward. Finds Suarez. Left side for Pizzolito. He's open. He'll dribble in. Thought about the three and thought too long. If he kept dribbling, Mormon breaks it up. He'll try and counter. Look at Butcher hustle back and cut off the counter. Nice hustle by Steve Butcher. Out of Fenniger. Fenniger gets pushed from Butcher. That one you're going to get called right at midfield. No doubt about it. He said, you know what? We need a line change. I don't have any fouls on me. I'll commit my first one here.
Just sit down.
Otto with a nice breakup, but Felician gets it, sends it in. Otto knocks it down. Couldn't collect it, though. And now Caution will be able to clear it away for Cleveland back to the Heat end. And it's Doug Petrus. Now to Vinny Marco Trigiano. Butcher following him into the corner for Cavello against Caution. Double team coming. Dive taken, and he won't get the call there. Here comes Sedgwick. So he'll chip it for Hector. Making a run far corner. Tanzini got position, but the ball came to Hector, but he couldn't control it. Now Sedgwick will go for it with Cornelli. He flies into the glass, and Nicola Cornelli is called for his second personal foul in the second half. The first player to pick that one up.
Sedgwick went into the boards hard once again. He went in hard into the third quarter, scrapes himself up off the crunch turf, and looks like he's going to be all right. He and Cornelli meeting on the sideboards there. Cornelli with a little push from the hip.
And Harrisburg breaks up a shot by Hector. Here comes Lester Felician, wants to counter. Got it up ahead now to Marco Trigiano. Three-pointer, diving save on Orr. His best of the night from point-blank range. And now Cleveland is trying to get it out. Otto has it. Nice little loop there to Bill Sedgwick, and he heads it out of trouble. Boy, a nice defensive play by 0-0.
Full extension to keep that one from tickling the twine. Great job by Otto.
And Cleveland will get a restart now. Got a foul, I think, on Eric Cavello. Yep, that's his second. Let's take a look at that save by Otto again.
Marco Trigiano with a good drive on the near post, and Otto read it perfectly. Great skills. Coffee quick to keep that one out.
The reaction save. Now Schmetzer the other way. His shot blocked by Bascom, and then Pizzolito tried to chip it in, and he chipped it too high, and it sailed out of play. We'll take a timeout. 6:31 remains in the ball game. Cleveland on an 8-0 run as an 8-4 lead. Stay tuned. The rest of the ball game is up next on Fox Sports Net.
Alright, don't need a reason why everything's alright.
Easy, boy.
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
Crunch with an 8-4 lead along with Nick Vasso, Al Pulowski. Mike Bilger, the head coach of the Crunch, joins me every Tuesday night on Sports Talk 850. WKNR, 7 to 8 p.m. Special player guest. The chance for you to win Crunch tickets as well for Crunch Trivia. It's every Tuesday on Sports Talk 850. Join us. And now we have a whistle as the ball was sent by Nevio Pizzolito high in the air. I think it went off the Crunch 95-96 World Champions banner. And that will give the ball back to Harrisburg. Mike Pilcher trying to pick up his 7th win. As well as the Crunch. 6:14 left. Lester Felician to restart it from the touchline. box, goes off of Knowles' foot and out of play. Nope, stays, now goes out of play. I knew it was going to go out of play.
Well, of course you did.
Coming first.
But one thing that Cleveland has done in the second half is they really have helped each other out. Not only the keeper, but they've really helped each other out. When the ball goes in the corners, they're double teaming, they're winning the ball, and they're going back the other way, and they're playing possession soccer. They've really just played keep away with Harrisburg here in the second half.
They'll say that last one off of Schmetzer, so the Heat got the kick in. And now Felicien will take it in the near corner, marked by Schmetzer. Out to Corneli, nice pocket pick by Steve Butcher, nice forward pass to Andy, and Cleveland can run. 3-on-2, Andy Schmetzer with the dribble. Right side to Bassage, tried to get it across the way for Renna, and it went behind him. Probably should have taken the shot there. He would have had point blank against Petrus. One too many passes. Cleveland maintains possession with 5:38 to go and an 8-4 lead. Steve Butcher will dump it back to Otto. Couch, right back to work. Here comes Mormon. Otto with a little dribble. Chip for James over his head, and Petrus is able to haul it in. Out of Bascom. Bascom's pass ahead. Washington takes it for Cleveland. Hawks trying to move ahead. Now he draws the players in, and that allows him to get it to Couch and back to Orff. And Harrisburg now has to pressure him, down by 4 points here with just about 5 minutes left. Pass game ahead to James. He chested it out, and now the Heat with the kick in.
Well, the Crunch with about 5 minutes left here to hang on to this one and pick up their 7th victory of the season. Chad James has been a big part of the effort tonight on the Cleveland side.
Good hustle, a couple of assists.
Cleveland sitting back defensively, as you would expect at this point of the game, leading by 2 goals.
And Cleveland can win this one tonight. It'd be 3 of their last 4, and that would be their best streak. Hector with a great steal. There's the chip. It's in! Score! Hector Marinero, the veteran, with the steal and the goal. And Cleveland now, is that a 2 or a 3? Let's see where the shot came from. It's a 3. 3-pointer for Hector. 11-4. Crunch on an 11-0 run.
Shazam! Hector Marinero picks the pocket.
And Dancing Dan, a happy man tonight.
Petrus, the bad pass picked off by Hector, and boy, he tied his boots with silk laces tonight. That one had nice touch on it as it crossed the goal line for the try. Fecta.
So Marinero with a 3-pointer unassisted at 10-14. Gives the Crunch an 11-4 lead, and Hector now with the 2nd goal of the night to go with another 2-pointer and an assist. Will give Hector 6 points on the evening. He leads all scorers. It's his 4th 3-point goal of the season. Now Regis got a shot just wide as it whistled across the far post there. Cavello going for it, can't clear it back to his teammate. Sedgwick got a foot on it, sent it into the stands. So the fans having a good time here tonight. Nice crowd for Dallas Cowboy cheerleader night. And boy, the first half, Cleveland was down 2-0 at the half, but outscoring Harrisburg 11-2 and not an 11-0 run. That's been the difference, to say the least. And now look at this. Chris Mormon is going to be the 6th attacker with the yellow jersey on. Quick restart. Tanzini blocked by Otto Orff in front. So Harrisburg was down by 7. Richard Chinapoo says, we've got to get some scoring somewhere. Let's put the 6th attacker on now.
I think you're seeing that more and more often. Coaches are putting the 6th attacker in there early to see if they can get some chances. The decision is, you do it now or do you wait with 2 minutes left in the game? I think the deficit is so much that Coach Chinapoo has decided, hey, let's try to get something going right now. And then Otto, holy smokes, another great save.
Otto is coming up huge in the second half. There's the long throw with the backspin on it, but it'll go wide. And picking it up in the box is Mormon. He'll get it out to Tanzini. So this will be a bit of an extended 6th attacker look, though, a little over 4 minutes. Normally, like you said, Nick, they like to wait until about 2 minutes to go. So see how Cleveland's 6th attacker defense is shaping up. Hector's got an open look. There's a long 3 wide. This could become target practice, too, if Hector stays out there on the point and they keep finding him. Well, Matt Tanzini. Lester Felicien trying to dribble in. Shot it just wide. Hector again. This time, nice juggle move. Nice header to Sedgwick. See if he gives it a try. Nope, he's going to try to run ahead. He'll kill some time with this. Tanzini, though, gets the ball from him. Here comes the left footer. Tanzini dribbles around 3 players, still going, but Sedgwick finally picked his pocket. Felicien, though, collects. Now to Regis. Great camera shot here of what the players see. Now left side to Felicien. There's the long 3 by Corneli. That's way wide. Schmetzer will get the rebound and just clear it away.
Well, Cleveland can get
back pass. Look out.
Just wide. Just say 1 more 3 ought to do it for the Crunch.
Matt Knowles with it here. Out of Bascom, who's been shut out tonight. And that was one of our keys, and Cleveland's done it. They have a 7-point lead. Hector tries for another one. This on target. Just missed. Oh, it sailed wide by inches at the last moment. The fans here sticking around. They're enjoying Hector Marinero's performance now. David Bascom out to Matt Knowles. See him at the All-Star game at the gun, folks, for the 9th time in his career. Pete Toledo will clear this one away. Hector sees Bill making a run. He'll get it to him. Sedgwick will have a one-on-one with Mormon if he can get it, and use his hand.
Yeah, that was
second personal on Bill Sedgwick with 2:32 to go. Crunch an 11-4 lead. And Chris Mormon will send it to Lester Felician. And Nick Vassos now will head down to the field for we can get a couple of post-game interviews to you. Don't forget to stick around after the game. We will have a post-game show brought to you by Zippo. Now Chris Mormon at midfield to Bascom, and here's the final from Baltimore. Wade keep on rolling with a 16-11 lead. They've now won 7 straight and 12 out of their last 13. Harrisburg in front. Still can't get it to go. Kylie Couch got back, and so did Otto, and thwarted the Harrisburg Heat. Wendell Regis now. Out to Mormon, who's running the point as the 6th attacker. The minute 50 to go, and Cleveland up by 7. Now Bascom. Tries the long one, blocked by Schmetzer. It'll go up and out of play. Andy Schmetzer with some great defense here tonight. Another interesting stat for you. Harrisburg with the team-high 28 personal fouls this year. The most they've had all season. Felician with 4 went away for 2 minutes. Cleveland got right now is the game winner on that one to make it 6-4. Retta now at midfield. Some nice juggle moves, fending off Cornelli, and now Cornelli takes the ball. Walk it ahead. Just a minute and a half left. Cleveland trying to win their 3rd and 4 nights. Over to Matt Tanzini. And he's sent to the ground there by Nevio Pizzolino. That'll be his second of the second half. Now a centering pass for Bascom, broken up by Schmetzer. Hector got it to Retta, and he'll clear it away to the Heat end. Mormon will have to track it down in the corner. That'll take some more time. A minute 10 to go now. 11-4 Crunch on an 11-0 run here. Only trailing 4-0. Midway through the 3rd quarter, and going on a run triggered by a Gordon Bassage goal that started it all back at 6:52 of the 3rd. Now Felician. Some pressure there, and a trip is called on Marco Retta. That's his first. Restart for Harrisburg. Outside the yellow line, Lester Felician will trigger. He's been silent tonight. Near side for Tanzini, but Pizzolino breaks it up, and his kick goes all the way back to the corner. Whistle foul on Matt Tanzini for tripping. Nevio Pizzolino, nope. Instead, they're going to call a 3-line violation on Nevio on the clear. So 3-line violation on the Crunch, and that'll give the Heat a free kick from the center of the Cleveland yellow line. Tanzini will try the 3-pointer, blocked by Hector. There's Mormon's 3. That's out of play. Goal kick for the Crunch. 44 more seconds to kill. Cleveland is going to move into a tie with Harrisburg for 5th place in the MISL, and with Baltimore losing tonight, they'll move to within 4 games of them, and move to within 4.5 of Kansas City, who's idle. Pass comes ahead to Butcher. He says, hey, look, guys, we'll just kind of hold it here. We don't think you're going to be able to come back. So Cleveland will juggle the ball and run the clock out on a victory here tonight. Will improve their home mark to 5-7. Harrisburg with the loss. Now 3-9 away from the State Farm Show Arena. And both clubs will be 7-16 in about 5 seconds. Hector Marinero congratulates the other team. And the clock expires. Game over. Final score, Cleveland a winner tonight. 11-4 over the Harrisburg Heat. Crunch fans in attendance having a good time. And Hector Marinero, the leading scorer tonight with 6 points. That moves him to 95 on the season. And depending on what Joe Reiniger did tonight, he had 95 entering the game against Baltimore. Perhaps a tie. for the league lead. And we'll see if we can settle that. Who's the better scorer in the All-Star game? We're going to take a timeout and come back with the Zippo post-game report. Cleveland a winner tonight, 11-4 over the Harrisburg Heat. You're watching the Major Indoor Soccer League on Fox Sports Net. The Force is with you one more time. Come see Hoskeby, James, Sweeney, Nanshaw, Kazamani, Stankovic, Segota, Ilievsky, Raduca, Vaccaro, Manning, and more. It's the Cleveland Force Legends versus the MISL Legends at the 2002 MISL All-Star Game. Sunday, February 17th at Gund Arena at 1:30. Then, check out the stars of tomorrow as the 2002 MISL All-Stars take the field. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster locations. Charged by phone and the Gund Arena box office. MISL All-Star Weekend. Be there.
Hi, I'm Alex Kingston. I play Dr. Corday on ER. I know how important it is for babies to get a healthy start, but today more than 1,200 babies won't be so lucky because they're born premature. Some are so small they fit in the palm of a hand and struggle just to survive. But the March of Dimes is there helping them win their fight. Won't you help? Join March of Dimes Walk America and be a hero for the tiniest babies. Call 1-800-525-WALK and register today.
Buster Douglas, Real Daddy Demo, aisle 5.
See, what happens is the fat drips off the meat into the pan, so the meat is very lean, very lean.
But there's no place for the fat to go.
Say what?
Well, how can it stay lean if there's no place for the fat to go?
Calling me a liar?
No, it's just that you're poker.
How do I get in there?
You can't get in here! Oh, no, sure you can. Come here.
Comedy, commentary, highlights, the best thing in sports show, period.
You got a piece on...
Time Warner Cable offers you the greatest value in entertainment.
No hidden fees.
Local customer service guaranteed.
Time Warner Cable. Pass on the dish.
We get all the local channels. No patches. No kidding.
Time Warner Cable, the very best in TV, keeps getting better.
If you had your own movie theater, what kinds of movies would you show?
Use your imagination.
I'd show my kinds of stories. Great dramas.
Stories that are true to life.
And don't forget romances and stars.
Bring in Madonna!
Welcome to Lifetime Movie Network with your kind of movies showing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lifetime Movie Network. Your movie's on.
Lifetime Movie Network. Now available on digital cable from Time Warner.
Back here on the Zippo post-game report, Crunch a winner 11-4 over the Harrisburg Heat. I'm Al Pulowski with Nick Vassos, who's down by the Cleveland Crunch bench now with our top sensational player of the game, Hector Marinero. Nick?
Yes, indeed, Al. Hector Marinero, the player of the game, 6 points on the night. First off, congratulations on the win. How'd you guys feel out there on the carpet against Harrisburg?
You know, it's a nice win for us. It's a big win because we got 5 in a row at home, and we need to put a good string together and win all 5 because we're behind the 8 ball and we need to get in the playoffs.
Well, you guys created a lot of chances in the first half. Didn't finish a lot of them, but they did come around in the second half. Why?
Yeah, I mean, we just finished our chances. I think we had lots of chances in the first half, and, you know, we said that in the locker room. Keep playing the same way. You know, the goals are going to come. Eventually, they're going to start going in. So we played a great 60 minutes tonight. You know, 4 points. To give up 4 points, you know, that's awesome. So we got to get ready for Sunday and take care of Kansas City.
Yeah. Defensively, also, the team really helped each other out, and especially helped out Otto in goal, who made about 10 saves tonight. Talk about the defenders' performances.
Well, I mean, you know, we need that. We need lots of that, and everybody's got to. It's got to be a team game. You know, everybody's got to play defense, and everybody's got to play forward. So it's a great team effort. Like I said, we put together 60 minutes for the first time in a long time, and it's nice to get a win.
Hector, you guys have won 3 of your last 4 games. Historically, the Crunch heat up after February. Does it seem like you guys are rounding into form and finding your form?
We hope so. Like I said, you know, we got 4 more home games coming up in a row here before the All-Star break, and we need to win all 4 of them, you know, because I mean, it's still a long way to go, but we need to get these 4 behind us and get 4 wins.
No, great performance tonight. Again, congratulations on the win, Hector.
Thank you very much. Can I just say hi to Jesse and Janice? Love you guys.
That's Hector Marinero, tonight's star player of the game. 6 points in all in a Crunch victory. Back up to you, Al.
All right, Knicks to the Crunch with an 11-4 win. Hector saying hello to his two lovely girls, and he can do that when you're indoor soccer's all-time leading scorer. And also 6 points here tonight for the game high total, 3-pointer, 2-pointer, and an assist. And Hector talked about the next game coming up for the Crunch. That's this Sunday afternoon, a 2:05 start against the Kansas City Comets. Tickets are still available for that one. It's also a great time to come out to the Crunch game first, and then the Super Bowl party afterwards. Whatever one you're going to, but you have plenty of time. If you come to the Crunch game, we'll have you out of here by 4:15. Why not check out the Cleveland Crunch this Sunday at 2:05. We're going to take a timeout on the Zippo postgame report and come back with more. Crunch a winner tonight, 11-4 over the Harrisburg Heat on Fox Sports Net.
Pizza, the staple of the American male, oftentimes served dangerously hot.
Thanks. Okay.
To cool it, they use an age-old technique known as the reverse blow. The Rolling Rock continues the cooling process. Good.
Rolling Rock beer. Grab a rock.
Hi. Got your large pizza and free Cinesticks.
Great. Wow. Maybe it's the smell of the Cinesticks, or the fact that they're free. But I just want you to know, if I had a son, I'd want him to be just like you.
Hey, Dad, what's the holdup? We're starving.
Gotta go.
Topped with cinnamon sugar and served with creamy icing, it's Domino's freshly baked Cinesticks. Get a free order when you buy any large one-topping pizza for $9.99. Call now. Get the door. It's Domino's.
First Merit Home Equity line of credit has a 3.99% APR 2-month introductory rate that adjusts to prime. Currently 4.75% APR. Apply today by phone or online, or visit any branch.
The Force is with you one more time. Come see Hoskeby, James, Sweeney, Nanshaw, Kazamani, Stankovic, Segota, Ilievsky, Raduca, Vaccaro, Manning, and more. It's the Cleveland Force Legends versus the MISL Legends at the 2002 MISL All-Star Game. Sunday, February 17th at Gund Arena at 1:30. Then, check out the stars of tomorrow as the 2002 MISL All-Stars take the field. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster locations. Charged by phone and the Gund Arena box office. MISL All-Star Weekend. Be there.
11-4, Crunch a winner tonight. Al Pulowski here along with Nick Vassos on the Zippo post-game reports. And the Cleveland Crunch winners now of 3 of their last 4 games. We appreciate you joining me here tonight on Fox Sports Net. Let's take a look now at the stats, see how things ended up tonight. Shots on goal-wise and so forth. Cleveland Crunch able to get a lot more shots on goal. They led it the entire way, but not until the second half did they really start cashing in on that category. And here they are, 34-26. Cleveland with the lead there. And Nick, boy, you know, Cleveland had a 27-14 lead in shots on goal. It narrowed towards the end. That's because Harrisburg got a lot at the end of the game, but the Crunch in the second half, boy, they just found some beautiful goals.
Well, Cleveland created a lot of opportunities the entire night. They didn't finish a lot of their chances in the first half. In the second half, they started to get things going. And as you said, in the fourth quarter, with Harrisburg trying to get back into the game, they had to create a lot of chances themselves. Restarts were a big key tonight for Cleveland. They got a lot of restart opportunities, able to cash in on one of them because of some miscues by Doug Peterson goal and players knocking it out of bounds. Restarts, big opportunity, and of course, block shots, they're pretty even, but Harrisburg had the lead in that department with Cleveland out shooting Harrisburg in the first half.
And the Cleveland Crunch there with 15 saves for Doug Peterson, 11 for Otto Orr. This is the first of a 5-game homestand. Here are the next 4, and then the one after the All-Star break on the 24th. This Sunday, 2:05 against Kansas City. Then Tuesday morning, it's our school day game against the Philadelphia Kicks at 10:35. There are tickets available for the general public for that one. A great excuse to not go into work that day. February 5th, hosting the Baltimore Blast at 7:35, and then a special 8:05 start a week from tomorrow evening. That's Saturday, February 9th. Against the first place and red-hot Milwaukee Wave. Then it's the All-Star break and the All-Star weekend happening at the Gun this year.
Friday, February 15th kicks the weekend off with an all-star press conference and luncheon, and then Super Soccer Saturday. What a great day this is going to be. Breakfast of Champions, MISL first ever all-star skills competition, and then Saturday evening the black tie soccer ball. And for just $5, they get you into the Cleveland Metroplex for all the skills competition, the practices, and a chance to get autographs from all the all-stars. Then on Sunday, it's the big day, a couple of big games at 1:30, the Legends game, the MISL Old All-Stars against the Cleveland Force Legends, and then at 3:30, the All-Star game at Gund Arena. So plenty of great things happening then. Then Cleveland returns home for their next game after that. It'll be on February 24th against the Philadelphia Kicks. So, Nick, when you take a look at tonight's game for the Cleveland Crunch, an 11-4 win, 3 out of their last 4 victories, and now with the big homestand coming up, they really needed this one tonight, and they got it.
Now off on the right foot, Al. No question about it. They've got Kansas City coming in on Sunday afternoon. The Comets have given the Crunch a little bit of trouble so far this season, but the way Cleveland played tonight with their defensive effort and the way that Hector Marinero was able to lead their offense, Cleveland's going to be a tough bet on Sunday.
Some great entertainment here tonight at the CSU Convocation Center. Great plays, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, you name it, we had it. 6,900 plus saw it. Thanks all for tuning in tonight. For Steve Warren, our director, and his fabulous crew here tonight at the Convo Center, and my partner, Nick Vassos. I'm Al Pulowski. Join us on March 30th, Crunch at the Wave. Until then, have a good one.
From our Fox Sports studios, we are covering all our teams in the world of sports. Sit down, buckle up, and get ready to rock Fox style.